I started it, I guess. Yeah.
Hurry!
Let's reset my thing. This is gonna be purposely scuffed, but that's okay.
That's the point. Wait, am I gonna be on the camera?
Yeah.
Wait, are you live?
Yeah.
This is the latest live. Sam,
Shut up.
we gotta cast this right now, right here. The
Yo,
Hood
what's
Rat
happening,
cast.
man? I don't know what's happening.
Fuck.
Alright, I'm gonna mute, and if for some
Yeah, shut
reason
up, dude.
you want me to say something, then I don't know.
Dude, you guys should have like in Family Guy, they had like the Asian correspondent. Family Guy. You should do that. Or like we fucking what's the one guy? It's like it's raining sideways.
It's raining sideways.
Raining
It's raining
sideways.
sideways.
Oh shit, we're live.
That's true.
Think. Oh, you can see me. Hi.
Fuck you, man.
Oh shit.
Surely this works now.
Look, it's
It
John.
works now.
Hello, John.
Ah! Whoa,
There's a
okay.
shirtless man with sus hair on my screen. This is a raccoon tail.
The fuck
Okay.
is this? How do we get that off? Okay. Confirm.
Well,
This is
well.
fucking off my screen, man.
Sam, we
how,
are
how
live
do I get
right
that
now.
off my screen?
Sam,
yeah,
we
I
are
know.
live.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
We are live, Sam.
I don't know how to get
Sam,
this off
this
my
is
screen.
this is
just
live
too bad
TV
right now.
right now.
So we shouldn't.
I
Say,
don't know if
shouldn't
you
say
can, I'm
anything
not
that
gonna
gets
lie.
I shouldn't say anything that gets us canceled.
I'll just get to leave it at the
God.
top.
What if
right?
you just uncamera?
All
If you
right.
just uncamera
That's true. I can just turn it back on.
or
and leave it.
alt tab.
Nah, I think we figured it out.
If you alt
Yeah, you
tab,
can
your
stop
camera
screen
will show up.
sharing your thing as well. Your OBS.
Okay, that might make it simpler. Okay. So Mr. Blizzard locks in top pick Bastet, likely ADC. Get out of the options, man.
We're in the options. We're already in the options. Hold on.
Sorry,
we have
guys,
L
we have to
plus.
turn the resolution down to 640 by 480 just for the
We're
viewing
ready.
experience.
We're ready for the most scuffed thing that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yep, yep. Extremely scuffed.
Hold on, we're
can't
changing
go
the
that low.
resolution.
Uh,
What is
Can you go
happening?
that low? I think you have to go that low. You have to turn down your aspect ratio too. So it looks like annoying shit is banned, aka Atlas, OP support, OP jungle Gilgamesh, OP support Capri, then OP solo laner Artia, and OP mid laner Persephone, and OP character Klino.
Wow,
And then
they're all very OP.
yeah,
Kepri, Sneaker, watch out. That character is just madly OP if you've seen SPL today, man. It is popping off and it's gross.
and it's also
hard
been
to play
played around terribly. So that adds
Exactly.
to the strength, you know.
Exactly, because it's hard to play around if you're not very good against it. And
If you're not a very
Uh-oh.
good player, like an SPL player, you might not be able to deal with it. If we're gonna be honest here.
this MoreLife team, man, they're new to the scene here in the Cordiie League, I will say. And I don't even know who is who, honestly. But
I would shout out a who megalol, but they're gonna make their names tonight.
they're gonna
know.
make their names tonight. Mr. Blizzard 32. We know he's playing the ADC role. However,
Mhm.
is this Bastet? Do you think Mr. Blizzard gonna be running this Bastet in the dual lane? Because I know he likes to get a little freaky.
I think it's not even a question. They did somehow luckily upset the best team in the okay. He had some success the other week with some Bastet ADC, and he's probably running it back. I think most people have trouble laning against it as it's not something you'd ever play against. So
Mm.
I really doubt Mutaba would pick this Bastet up in the jungle.
Yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
this is an interesting pick. And look at this. Uh-oh. I thought this Hercules may go support, but that Ymir hover is telling me it's not.
It
and
might
it
be
looks
a
like-
Cerber
wow.
support, yeah, huh.
Yeah, it's Serb support. It appears Slash has lied personally to us in a secret interview before this game.
Mhm.
He's told us that he was only gonna play Persephone, or not Persephone, Kleena, who is banned, and the secret pick Camazotz. But he's chosen Hercules.
The SPC
What do you
secret
think?
pick Camazotz. Hercules, Bumbus Hammer is kind of poggers on this guy, and it's annoying as shit. And I think that's what John, a slash Omega guy, wants to play here. So
Mm.
that might tear up Dev on this Achilles because John is a feared of Achilles Mane. That's cringe, but
Yeah,
he knows the
and it
ins and outs
appears,
of how to play against it.
and then appears Sir Slash has pronounced it's Chucky fucking cheese in quotation marks in the chat. What a bold statement and what a bold claim, you know.
Yeah, that is pretty
This
crime.
Agni, he's trying to be like this Agni, which More Life has just picked up, you know. They picked up this Agni, it's gonna roast things, it's gonna flame things. Do you think this Agni's gonna do a little well, or you think it's gonna get a little smacked around by a mean Bastet or a Cerberus running at it, you know?
I think this Agni is a pretty mediocre mid. If it gets off to a head start, like any mid, it's pretty good. This bomb's gonna be jamming once he gets items online. But he doesn't have that commanding mid presence of the Thoth, which we don't see picked or banned here, which is a little bit crime animal, I say myself. Like, the Thoth here would just run the game, you know? There's
Yeah.
nothing too punishing picked, there's no Fenrir picked, there's no Susano that keeps up the Thoth, you know? So,
Yeah, Thoth would
a little
definitely
bit
be
of-
Pagman, I will say,
Yeah,
if
Pagman.
Thoth gets locked in. But
absolutely.
I wouldn't be surprised if anyone in this game, including Slash or Blizzard, does a lick R and
Mhm.
decides to do a little messing around in this game. I just feel like they're gonna plan around, but who knows? Wow.
Huh. It
Wow,
appears
wow,
we've been
wow.
unqueued from spectating, and our spectator is fired from his job because he's posting lick R in chat in your mom.
And it
Wait,
looks like
what
we
the
can.
fuck? How does this? How does? Oh wait, did their lobby crash or something?
Their lobby might have crashed.
And the lobby has crashed. This just in, and now we're gonna go and talk a little bit more about Mr. Blizzard 32, washed up jungler, who is now playing the
Washed
ADC
up
role.
ADC, washed up solo, washed up mid. I don't think he's played support. It's not washed up support yet. Just trash support, you know. Shame,
Alright,
shame,
Sam.
shame. But
Well, this is a perfect time.
yeah, it's gonna
This is a very perfect time. Okay, go into More Life's comp. Okay,
yeah.
so
It's
they have.
Agni,
Okay,
Uh,
it's gonna be more of about the players and where they're
oh well, we don't know anything about
playing.
their players.
I do know some information. It appears that Josh X Mello is playing the ADC role.
Yeah,
In Chooch is the support.
excellent.
Rugret. Oh, I love that name.
Yeah.
Rugret is playing the mage role in the middle
Yeah,
lane.
yeah, yeah. Go over there. Comp. BRB.
Yeah, yeah. And Tactical.
Yeah. Huh?
Tactical is playing jungle.
Yeah, cool.
And Dev is playing solo. So this is gonna be a fun matchup. And totally it's gonna be cool. And I think
Yeah.
I may be trolling a little bit by saying words right now, but here I am saying words, and man,
is
I
crazy.
really love the Dix emote. It is a great emote. And it appears John Sir Slash. Sorry, I've exposed Sir Slash. Is no. Oh shit, that would have been really bad. I almost spilled a drink he drew. And wow, wow, we have some amazing people in the chat right now, including wow, these are some great emotes. Why can't why wait a minute, what? Oh no, what are these emotes that have been used? And we're back in. Wait a minute. Oh gosh, what a screen that is. What, leaking the chats? Sheesh. There's a lot of BTB honks in this. This is great. The more BTB honks, the better, honestly. And you know, if we could get some pot friends in chat, because if we're not potting, then what are you doing? You know.
If you're not smoking crack with your asshole, what are you doing?
Yeah, we got
Honestly.
some pots in the chat.
I'm sure
Okay,
Cordi's
so-
really gonna support this this dialogue.
This is a lot of good dialogue. Atomic Bomb has now posted a monkey. It's called Choof Laugh.
Choof laugh, indeed.
Wow,
Brian
this
and
is
John
just
Bendis
great.
minimize their application. My goodness.
It's now turned green. It's turned yellow, and now stream paused.
Proud
Now
to be
we're
the most scuffed pile of shit on the Smite category tonight.
now we're back on the borderless window. This is
Excellent.
just a great. Wow, we're just doing so great here on this stream tonight. I just want to shout out everyone in our production team.
Mm-hmm.
They're really getting paid
BTB
well.
808, Valheim world record holder on speedrun.com. Snoops 15, legendary
Enter.
Ymir player, runner
Oh
of
yeah.
the down. Bryce Sack, I think he's in here. He's in our sick dank team. John's probably stream sniping.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
19. Oh, there's a Hercules and a Chuck.
Wait, there's a
What the fuck am I?
Wait a minute.
All right,
Wait a
what
minute.
the fuck are we looking at?
Hold on. What are we looking at? Sam I am. We have Mr. Blizzard. I think that's a Bastet in the duo lane. What the heck
Okay,
is this?
Bastet, ADC, Horn Hero, Cerberus.
Which one is going jungle?
I think the E set is going jungle. Mutaba loves to suck up the fucking like the Sino builds and the picks and stuff.
You really think but you really think Draconix is going to be
My
playing
set
one of the
mid?
warriors in mid?
Potentially. Okay. Maybe
I feel like-
Draconics falls back to the tried and true E set mid. E set
I
isn't
have
a
a
typical
feeling-
mid pick, but we'll see where it goes. But on the other side, the Nemesis is locked in, which is it's just too solid into the three front lines: the Cerberus, the Hercules, the Chalk. It's just the defense shred, the slows. It's very good into those picks.
I have a feeling Mutaba's playing one of the warriors in the jungle, and
Mhm.
I'm not sure which one it is. I just have an idea. He's been slamming warriors recently, and then
It's gonna be Chalk or E
Man.
set, in my opinion, man.
we'll have to see because this is just an interesting draft. Look how
Mhm.
tanky you are. The early game pressure out of this comp's gonna be insane and very annoying. I have a
Yeah.
feeling it's just gonna be run it down and get ahead.
Run it down, do you down, indeed. But also the
Down.
Josh X Mello has not picked yet. I suspect he's crashed, but the Soul's banned out, the Medusa's banned out, and he locks Kuzumba, of course. Kuzumba support. I think that might be an attempt to counter Bastet to grab her after she jumps, but
Yeah.
I think the duration's just not long enough. You'll be able to jump back anyway. I don't really like that pick. I'm sure he'll run it down and do decent work anyway, but
Yeah, I think the MoreLife comp here is kind of standard Jane. A little bit of
yeah.
just a basic, simple Ogni mid. You know, it's safe to some degree, easy clear, works very well with the double flat pen build. Let's see if he itemizes into it. Looks like it's gonna be an E set in mid, and it looks like Mutaba's on the Hercules. I kind of expected this. I know Slash loves his chalk,
Mm-hmm.
and he runs it in the solo lane,
Yeah.
and Mutaba's trying out Hercules jungle, which should be interesting. How do you think Hercules jungle is gonna do into this Nemesis, and also the rest of the team?
So I think the Hercules jungle will have a very hard time with ganks like Izanami and Agni because they have such
Mhm.
like lengthy and fast dashes. Izanami's not that quick, but it's going to be very hard to get the either positioning to driving strike them back towards your team or to get the Earthbreaker to pull them back. Like it's
Right.
kind of hard to manage. But
Yeah.
the Achilles might be a little easier because he's a very short range with his combat dash. Man, I love green squares.
Yeah. Green squares are great. And
BTB, please stop
honestly-
checking on your OnlyFans subs, man. This
Yeah,
is
it
kind of
appears
crippling our reputation, our presentation,
absolutely. And
community
it's just ruined,
standings, man. Jesus Christ.
it's ruined the community standings at this point, and honestly, it's just
Do you know the controls to spectate?
that's another question. We're about to find out, and he's shaking his head no in the game with the camera.
Yeah, I think the F
And
keys
man.
are your friend. F1 through 8, whatever the fuck. I think also 1 through 8 numbers wise do the stats like player damage, wards placed, blah blah.
Atomic Bomb has made a good point in the chat.
I
I
think
think Red
the
Team
Rick-
will win because they have dashes, and I like dashes.
You
and
know-
honestly,
Fair enough.
for a Hercules jungle, you're actually right. Hercules, I have a little bit of experience with the Hercules running down picture, and dashes
do be
are
making
really
the
annoying.
Earthbreakers miss.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
hard to
that's
land your
scary.
combos, and especially now. Okay, it looks like
Mhm.
the Hercules has opted for the blink, which I think is a necessity for the Hercules jungle.
Yeah, it's good for punishing dashes if one of the laners forces their opponent's dash. It makes it
Right.
easy gank, especially if beads are down, or just maybe just expend beads. You just walk up behind driving strike them, 4 speeds. Looks like Mr. Blizzard might be going for some cheeky action up here. Maybe going to place a vision shard and then pounce on the purple to steal it. Maybe just wants the
Nah,
shard for the
he
info.
just look at this backing boy. He's not even gonna
Maybe
make
they
it in
want
time, is
they
he?
want the purple timer for the respawn
Wait,
because they might get lane
He's
pressure.
a little late.
It
They might
does
be a little
look
late
like
to
he might
this.
lose a second off the green buff, but it's not going to be that significant even if they do.
That's significant, Sam. This is top tier smite right now, and every second counts, and he barely makes it to the
That's
respawn.
true, yeah.
But it's still a little awkward because the double melee characters make the
buff
the yellow
pulling and
buff
leashing a little
or
bit.
green buff or whatever color it
a
is.
buddy that's green.
Yeah,
Holy
it is
moly.
green. I'm colorblind, but I
Yeah.
also forgot it. And well, is speed? Wait, what color is speed? Orange?
It's like orange yellow, like a warm
Orangey
yellow.
yellow. Okay. So look at this. This is good level 1 clear. This is Hercules ESET level 1. You literally just cannot.
Yeah,
beat.
Omni and Nemesis really not trying to contest them at all. Really not sure what they're going to be up against.
Yeah, but
Not
if you
really
look
sure
dual
about the
lane,
pressure.
the Izanami's just pushing hard, and
Yeah, the Izanami is kind of. You can also click on the minimap to. Yeah. You're rocking this. Looks like Bastet
Yeah.
and Cerberus have been shoved under quite hard by the Izanami as expected. They've just
yeah, this
now hit
makes
2
sense.
on the start of the second wave.
Yeah, Cerberus took a little too much poke on the first wave, and I think he should have played a little more passive on the first wave, knowing it's an Izanami. But look
Yeah.
at this, the Izanami took a lot of damage there. Wow.
The damage output from the assassin and the. Oh,
Whoa!
Horn Hero just straight up
In
falls.
Chooch! And the
They
trade
end up
comes out.
trading, yeah. Not much kill potential here unless Kuzenbo just actually pushes Blizzard into the archers, but
Wow, that's an interesting trade, and I think somehow, okay, in Chooch on the Kuzenbo
yeah.
gets the first blood, which is good for the Kuzenbo, but the ADC dies to Mr. Blizzard, the Bastet on the other side.
Yeah.
That's kind of a rough trade out, even for a first blood.
Absolutely. The Bastet getting a kill and getting ahead of the ADC is just so bad for the ADC because he'll get bullied now. He's a level behind, missing some XP, some gold.
Right, that is very awkward, but look, Mr. Blizzard took a lot of damage there on Bastet from the Kuzenbo alone, and
Yeah, playing a little cocky, not
Sheesh.
respecting the Guardian and the minions, but
yeah,
he could have
But now
been a little
they're-
further ahead. Looks like the
Yeah, I feel like-
meditation's down from the Cerberus, and he went back and got the Oracle. Funky.
yeah, the meditation pickup is interesting. I think it's just not meta right now, and especially on a character like Cerberus.
Oh dear.
Whoa!
Dev almost soloing out resident diamond player / Omega. That's
Sheesh!
incredible.
Dev, oh my
Looks
goodness!
like Rugrat kind of. Oh, that money sign dash
Rugrat.
cancel. Sheesh.
Dang. Did
He
he?
should
Did
have used his beads on the Earthbreaker. He got pulled in by the
Wow.
Hercules and absolutely demolished by that high base damage of the Hercules jungle. Goodbye. Use your beads, buddy.
Wow, I'm surprised Muta was able to find a pick in mid this early on. The dash makes Ogni so safe, but I guess he greedy dashed or just couldn't get it off.
Uh-huh. Probably didn't
And it was
expect the Earthbreaker to hit, and also
Yeah,
didn't
and he
respect
just-
with the beads either time.
Yeah, he just didn't respect the Hercules
But
pick.
also
It's a little
Mutaba
off
will
pick.
die here.
Look
It
at
is
this.
4v1.
Yep.
Hercules
Uh,
dying early is bad.
I have to agree there. This Hercules dying early, even though he got the kill in mid, it's a little greedy to go for that buff, and
Yep.
wow, MoreLife, credit to them. That was a great rotation, and it really fucked him over.
Yeah, that seems like good communication to me, recognizing that they hear Hercules donking on their red buff, and the
Yeah.
guys collapse. Let's kill this guy. Even up the game. Hercules really, as a power character, he has to get online early. He has to use the snowball. Because
Mhm.
late game, if he's a damage Hercules, he's going to dash, he's going to try to ult, and he will get one shot while he's ulting.
It appears the Nemesis has
Mhm.
crashed, and they are now pausing the game.
I see.
I was seeing the
see.
Nemesis hugging the red buff wall, and I think that was not the optimal farm path, as
Yeah.
the red buff had fallen to Mutaba, actually, who stole it.
I
But,
think he's used to playing cleaner. He's trying to phase through the wall to get to the mid camps for the double mid camp spawn. For the double
Yeah.
Jimmy juice that's incoming shortly.
Absolutely, this Nemesis was just trying to go through the wall and didn't realize that, wow, I'm not playing Kleena. Kleena got banned, actually,
Yeah,
this game,
famously
because
C and N right next to each other on the keyboard, and he was playing blind
Yes.
the first 3 minutes and 39 seconds of this game, including buy time.
absolutely, I know my ABCNs, and it appears that Nemesis or Tactical actually got a little confused there, but we didn't really talk about this solo kill in the solo lane.
Yeah, very
Um,
close. Yeah,
Wow, the chalk on Slash, he was very low, and he opted for the Death's Toll, and Achilles opted for Warrior's Axe.
Yeah, the
And
consistent healing of the Death Toll probably bailing him out a slight amount there. And the blink of the Achilles didn't come into play in that fight, so maybe not taking advantage of like an ebb and flow kind of fight where you can blink in after the opponent's abilities are down. Also, BTB, do you mind changing your player names to names not gods? Might make it a bit easier. So we can call out Slash for being a noob, it's not confusing.
yeah.
Maybe
Percent.
colorblind UI for streaming. Maybe show help tips on for us. Block chat messages from not in friends. Word ping disabled. Colorblind collection off.
Yeah, but also just yeah. Propane.
Yeah, maybe
Turn it
show
on
mana usage
propane.
off. We don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need mana. We don't need any of that.
And
That's
then
just a
good
bunch
luck
of
playing
nonsense.
Smite tomorrow, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Change all your settings right now for us
Combat
right
tech
here.
scaling 500. All right.
This is perfect. This is exactly what we wanted, boys. Okay.
I think the
This is
quality
exactly
has just
what we
gone.
wanted.
It's
The
skyrocketed.
quality has gone sky.
Maybe
Oh
turn
man, look
every
at the
HUD setting
bricks.
to opaque as hell.
Absolutely.
This
Put
is-
it to
this-
propane. Turn up the propane.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love color blindness. And yeah, there we go. Propane.
Pro note,
Propane.
yeah.
Oh,
All right, looks like we're back into it. Tactical's back. He's reconnected. He's going to his back camps. Slash and Dev just really fighting out there. That's solo lane material right there. Wow. BDBR solo laner just really wants to spectate two tanky guys hitting each other.
no, but it was actually very interesting. That close fight at the beginning where
Yeah.
they almost solo each other.
Very
Slash
close.
got really low, and he had his cooldowns, and the Achilles dumped his kit, and
Mhm.
he realized, oh, look at this aggression.
Oh, Josh Mello, that Basta too
Yeah.
will just take him out, yeah. Now, Blizzard is 5, and that's just
Yeah.
bad news. The Izanami's 4, and he is going to be a flat pen item behind Blizzard. That's
Yep. This is kind of what I was talking about with the first
Mhm.
blood. Even though MoreLife got the first blood in that duel lane, the Izanami died and the Bastet got a kill. It just makes it a little awkward. Even if your support's getting a little more gold there, it's just not maybe even worth it.
It looks
And-
like a Isettle's gone
oh,
down
look
in
at
mid
that.
here. The Kuzumbo
He said and Hercules.
pushes Herc into tower, but the Herc had got his 3 off. There's not enough kill potential here. A nice little chunk of health back. Not really much kill potential after the Agni's abilities.
Yep, L plus used both their ultimates in mid, and Kuzumbo ult was expended. Look at this aggression from Regret, almost getting the Hercules, but now is in trouble.
It
Wow,
looks like
he did
Regret
the
is just
blink
not
pull!
respecting Hercules' buddy.
Sheesh! Can we get some pogs
boy.
in the chat for that? Mutaba just hit him with the blink pull into the tower.
Well,
That is
Tactical getting caught in the
insane.
back camps. He says, no, don't take our back camps, buddy. Mutaba collects
Oh
the
my
juice.
god.
I'd like to see the supports go up to the totems and int for the juice. Suck the steeple. Give the 4... the 4-tongue combo. I don't know what the
Well-
fuck Hazer calls that shit, but...
Yeah, it is absolutely sucking the juice, sucking the milk. Everyone needs some little go-go juice, and
Yeah, of course.
man, that was sick. Mutaba, that's something I have not even attempted, because that's the Wild West, and he actually just slammed it. He got the blink. He did the pole blink into the tower, and he really fucked the
Oh,
Agni.
he
I'm
did a
not
pro
gonna lie.
blink?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I
Yes.
just saw the pluck. Wait, did he blink?
He-
Did he blink
yeah.
too, or did he 2 blink?
No, he did the extendo blink. So like he
Ah.
hits he casts the pole and then he blinks away and then pulls it super far.
All right, that's pretty Chad.
Yeah, it was actually really Chad. Kudos to
Jesus Christ.
him.
All right, that's an Agni dash force. This is a good gank
Yeah,
opportunity
look
for
at this, he's
Hercules,
trying to
but
get the pull
Enchooch is getting Mutaba off of the fight. This should
Wow,
have
nice
not...
ult.
The Kuzma does peel pretty well, but he's pretty low. Dash is the serpent in the tower, but he has the jump still. There's
Oh,
a
Serp's
lot of nerf darts flying back and forth. I'm not sure there should be a kill here, despite all the abilities, but Tactical does just get railed by the
Whoa.
Herc driving strike. That's not the fight you want to run into when you're mid
Look
and
at Mr.
support
Blizzard.
have expended all of their abilities. Mr. the criminal rotation from the dual lane again.
Oh no, and nice ultimate too, and he just
Oh,
puts him
missed-
down.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Mr. Blizzard is getting known for
Yep.
the ADC assassin rotation to the mid lane. That shit is criminal.
Yeah,
Being
these
that
these
Izanami was
assassins
in-
in dual lane.
Yeah, Izanami was in base, took full advantage of the lack of comms There's no minions to spot you. There's no teammate to call the rotation. And there's a Bastet that's 2-0 jumping on you for the kill with a full Jotuns. Ouch. Elder Harpy Horn Hero, buddy.
I was about.
Chalice of the Oracle will not save you. Those camps are OP, bro.
Oh, pain without love. Pain.
Those Elder
Can't
Harpies did not
get
show him some
enough.
love. However, gotta shout out Horn Hero. He bought Chalice of the Oracle before his Gauntlet. He's kind of the GOAT for that.
Yeah, that
Still
is
not
a.
top words placed, but he will get
That
value
is-
from the item.
Uh-oh.
and
Look at
Nemeth
Mr.
on the
Blizzard now.
Mr. Blizzard does not have beads. He doesn't have Bastet ult. He's just gonna fall over like a wet sack of balls. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
wow. Yeah, great rotation by MoreLife there. That was actually very smart, and they managed to get the pick onto this Bastet that was playing really greedy this entire time. Has been
Mhm.
getting away with it.
You can punish the Bastet who jumps in lane for damage, for poke, for pressure, but if you just walk over it, if they don't have wards, you will be able to get a kill here and there on somebody who's being a little cocky like that.
Yep.
So what
And
do you
it's,
think these teams should do for these totems that are almost filled?
Yeah, this is a little tricky here. Kuzenbo is mid pressuring, and it looks like the mid laner's low. I would just run straight to the totem and suck, honestly, from there.
Yeah, when
There's
I see
a
something
mid
long
laner
and
that-
erect, I would also run to it and suck it really hard. We talk
Yeah,
about
but
ult
look at
over the
this.
wall.
Wow.
Just really creams him. Like the low level of the Izanami for the flat pen of the Hercules, it's just such a bad combination. The high scaling the Hercule, high
Yeah,
base
and
numbers.
talk about the prot reduction too from the Cerberus to just
that's
burping
true.
his flamies on him.
Mutaba back gets
sheesh.
shield or regrowth, and Izanami uses the beads.
Wow.
That's a tough scenario for MoreLife.
Yeah, look at the Cerberus now is a little out of position. I don't know if he's gonna get bailed out by the Isis. Appears so.
Well, it looks like nothing really happened except everybody used their cooldowns. So
Yeah, it appears Mutaba's really fed in this game. He's played the Hercules pretty well. For the comp, even like the Agni, I think has been a little too aggressive in the mid lane, and he's gotten a couple of
he's a bit greedy with his beads and his dash here and there.
right.
But if
And
he
it's
gets to
definitely-
farm up, he's not too behind.
It's a little rough when you're even with the support, but I think the meta right now really favors supports getting a lot of levels and getting ahead. And look
Mr.
at this,
Blizzard hits the
1v1.
Bastettle. If he has an ability here, he might be able to finish off the Izanami, but they both decide to go
Oh.
their own ways. They bag off and go back to farming, which is very, very beneficial for Izanami here. Mr. Blizzard has the advantage, and he didn't get to finish it off.
Oh, Izanami backs. I guess he doesn't
Yeah.
have info on the
Slash
Bastet.
under
maybe?
pressure, trying to get the tower kill. So greedy. Doesn't get the last hit, and also gets Achilles executed. Gets
Uh-oh.
railed. Mutaba also dies here. These are two
Wow.
huge kills for MoreLife.
Yeah, look at them collapse on mid now. They're gonna go to the mid, like see if they get a pick.
And shoots dashes him into the
Wow.
wall. The Cerberus should fall here. He gets stunned out by the 2 stun combo from Agni.
Holy tamale,
The
more
Gold Fury
life.
is up.
Yep, and they're running straight to it. But look, Bastet's up right now, but Isis is really far back. I don't know if they're gonna be able to pull this. Izami's gonna clear the wave and maybe come to that Gold Fury, and let's see if they can actually get this one on lock.
I think
Bastet
Mr. Blizzard
doesn't have
placed a
ult.
ward on the Gold Tree. He's
Uh-oh,
going around
Agni
on
dash
the
down.
behind
Agni
flank.
dash down.
So many people. The Gold Tree is going to do a lot of damage at this level. Draconic's pulling some attention away towards the mid, but Nemesis ults them, and they're sitting in the East ult. They should not.
Uh-oh.
It's a
Wow, look
lot
at all
of
that
damage
damage
back
on
and forth.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Dev with the rotation. John's still in lane, and now Mr. Blizzard's under fire. Wow, look at this turnaround. They had to leash the Gold Fury, and now they're chasing Blizzard into the base even. Oh my
The
goodness.
depths of the green buff, the mini camps. They need to group up and secure this kill. They cannot let this slippery Bastet get out.
Yeah.
The cat released, but the ultimate expended, but he does fall to Dev. Achilles getting another kill. That's a big
Yep.
deal.
I will say the Achilles rotation really changed the whole dynamic of that fight at the Gold Fury. That was actually a very good and very smart rotation. They
Mhm.
knew that MoreLife has actually realized where their issues were, and they just mitigated it. They ganked the chalk they ganked the chalk, and they put pressure on the right side and allowed Dev to even solo out the chalk, I think.
Yeah.
And
And-
then they even got more picks in the jungle when they try to rotate. L plus tried to rotate to it.
Yeah. And the Achilles also picked up a pair of beads. He picked up full transcendence from this.
Yeah,
so
I
he
think
is
this Achilles
online
is-
now, brother.
Yep.
And there's a chalk ult on the Pyromancer. It's
It looks like there's some
beads expended from
Contest.
Nemesis. Cerberus ult down here. It looks like they're gonna disengage. Mutaba might be a little aggressive here, but once again, the Hercules really scales off of snowball off of early items. Late game, it's going to be very ineffective, except if he finds some stragglers, like some picks that he won't get punched in a team fight. But
Right.
he has fallen behind because he did get advantage early. But now
Are
it's
they
a
gonna pull
little
his
harder.
gold?
In team fights, he's going to have a rough time unless he gets some nice long range ults where he doesn't put himself at risk. But Enchoots
Uh-oh.
gets pulled early under. Draconics just
Dies. Yeah, he just
Just
gets pulled by the
taken
Kuzenbo, and look
out.
at this. Yeah, this has been...
absolute arena of a conquest game. It's 9-10 already.
Yeah, and wow.
Sheesh. Horn Hero
Horn Hero
also
falls,
falls.
too.
That's a 2 for 0 for the side of MoreLife. They have turned this game around.
Yep.
Their
Yep.
I will say, I think their communication,
communication,
is
Biff.
excellent. They know what they want to do. They know where the enemy is. It's just great to see, honestly. A lot
Yep,
of teams
I-
suffer from communication, even if they have a higher skill level. It doesn't matter. Like, the communication will win you the game over. Tactical is kind of
Uh-oh,
losing the
that's a-
fight
yeah,
there.
That is a little bit out of position for that, but they get the Gold Fury, which is not too bad. And
Yep.
the gold lead is not too much still. This is definitely anyone's game, and I like you said, the communication on MoreLife has been very good. They've been rotating on, even though that it seems like Mr. Blizz has been really popping off in this dual lane.
Mm-hmm.
Relatively speaking, like MoreLife has really responded and grouped up as a team and punished things that they should punish. And
Yeah.
man, they are really just in this to win this. Like, no, no BM or anything, but like, man,
Man, they're all
L plus
shitters.
needs to. L plus, I know they're really good players and stuff, but like, uh, just communication work. I feel like the group upping, they haven't been grouping up as effectively as MoreLife, and MoreLife has really
Yeah.
punished them for it.
Yeah, MoreLife has shown that they are communicating where the enemy is when the enemy's overextending. They say, hey guys, this guy's at our red buff, come punish this. Like, it's really, really a communication diff, it looks like. And it's
Yeah.
it's paying off. The goal lead is switched over, which is a great sign for MoreLife and a bad sign for L+, because they have this early game, the Chalk, the Hercules Jungle, which will fall off. I think
Right.
the Bastet ADC will fall off a little bit, but Bastet will always be valuable. But the objective killing will be very, very bad for L+, and very good for MoreLife. Just for the team comp.
Yeah, the L plus objective is probably bad DPS, but the secure's good. So like,
I think the
you know,
secure is good, and the team fight's good. The Chalk ult, the ESET ult,
Right.
the Serb ult, the Bastet ult. A lot of AoE, a lot
potential-
of control.
I think the Hercules jungle might fall off though. I think it's
Tactical
Uh-oh,
going
look
in
at
1v3.
Draconics.
This is not advised. You cannot make solo plays. You gotta be with your team, buddy. You can't initiate as Nemesis.
but look at this.
But it does look like they
Dev.
do kill the ESET.
Dev bailing out, but look at Slashes in the backline ulting.
Slash does trade kill the Nemesis. And it looks like another Wax and Wayne kind of team fight. Who's going to come out on top? Cerberus looks like he's trying to get an ult off, but he's getting knocked out by Kuzenbo.
Wow.
Mutaba does ult the Agni down.
That's
There's
crazy
potential
damage.
Achilles execute, but there's too many people in the way. Achilles is
Cerberus
just
really-
huge here, by the way. Full
Yeah.
Transcendence on a power spike contagion.
Yes,
Looks
the
like
Achilles
Slash-
can execute the Serb. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it looks like
Uh-oh.
communication will not win you the fight when you're just not hitting abilities, when you're just getting killed by the enemies.
Wow. But they still
Mutaba
might
fall
do. Look
here.
at this. Oh. Sheesh. Yeah, honestly, I think if that Achilles ult lands, that fight is almost different.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I think he could get a double execute on him and Mutaba, and it could have literally changed the fight, which is unfortunate. A little bit of miscommunication, but it's still
Sheesh.
close. I think that whole thing, but look at Mutaba. He's getting a little greedy here. He might just get ulted. Nem's ult is up, but
it
they
looks
choose
like
not
they
to get
don't
him.
want the smoke. They kind of want to go back and farm their shit. Like
Yeah, I suppose so.
the
Yeah.
important thing.
But look at him. He's
after-
running. He's running down Draconics right now. Let's see if they want to fight
Well,
him. And
Tactical
they ult.
initiates another fight with just his Nemesis ult. He gets evaporated by the Agni Bomb. The double flat pin, 10% pen Agni Bomb takes him out of the fight. That Nemesis Protred just makes him a
Draconics-
vulnerable target. Sheesh.
Draconics can't take the smoke right now because, man, I'm gonna say Nim is running it down. He is running it down, gunning it down for this E set, and man, it's been semi working. I was about to say that running it down for the E set in the last fight kind of baited something that was not very good, but
I will say, MoreLife, they have a more a meta like team comp. So they need to farm up. They need to get their front lines tanky. They need to get their back lines. They need to get the DPS online.
Right.
But they need to not scrap as much because L plus they have Chalk, they have Herc, they have Serb. They want to scrap. They have Bastet. Like they want to be fighting. They want to be running it down. They need to not let themselves succumb MoreLife to like too many fights. They need to take smart fights. They don't need to take a lot of fights. They need to take select fights. They need to let Kuzumbo blow beads. Just
I
not
I
let
agree
themselves
to
get
some
run down.
I agree to some degree, but the scrap hasn't been working out honestly as effectively as they thought. It's good to play scrappy if you can catch your opponents off guard and
Mhm.
push your lead, but look at the lead. There's not a lead. It's 300
Exactly,
gold
yeah.
or so, and honestly, I think
But no lead is a lead for the team with the Agni, Nemesis, Izanami,
yeah,
you know?
I think More Life does have a definite
Advantage
advantage
state,
in the late game
but it can
because
still crumble one way or the other. There's still an XP lead to be had, there's still a goal lead to be had, there's towers up, there's objectives. If one team overcommits to a bad fight, they will heavily suffer from like a Fire Giant falling, an Oni falling, but like a level
Yeah.
12 support falling at this point. Everybody will get a level or two, and you're going to be so far behind. So it's a very close game at this point.
by the
No
way,
team
is
can
there
afford to
sound?
spoil. Yes,
It
I
beats
can
it.
actually turn it up.
Oh, look at this aggression though. Oh gosh, the Agni was out of position. He got pull push, and he had to use both relics, I think.
Horn Hero Girdles here. Serbolts and Chooch, the support. It looks like it's heavily in favor of L plus here. The HP bar is just advantage.
Yep.
The Achilles does
Well,
get the
Dev-
execute on Serb.
Yep. And look at that
Another
double
execute on
execute.
Draconics. Get in there, buddy.
Uh-oh. He's
But it
getting
looks
in
like-
there. And look at Mr. Blizzard. He's out of position. He used his jump in, but can they punish him? He's really low and he get him down. Wow, that's a 3 for none.
Three
Utah
for
is out of
0.
position now. They might run him down.
Ooh,
Wow,
pull him to
nice
the back
blink.
line. He's on the
You
wall.
ring him
4v1. You're gonna die here, buddy. Your movement speed will not get you out. They got the
Wow.
slow. You can pull back here. He should pull back to go to the Gold Fury. You can stay up here to distract him, to pressure
Yeah,
him
look
out.
at this zoning.
He's got to be careful
think-
the 2v1. Their team,
Yeah.
MoreLife will get the Gold Fury, but Dev's got to be careful here. He's so far away from his team. He will not get the help. Slash is looking for the steal. Will not get it. Won't throw his axe. He's got to be careful. Dev is a
Still
little
looking to crash.
overextended. Dev is 3 levels ahead. He's not too...
Uh-oh.
I think he immune the chalk ult from the Herc pull.
Yeah,
I
he's up
think
in
he
the
was
air, so he
above the
didn't get...
damage. That is
Yeah.
just tragic. The beads do go down, but I think he'll get out.
Oh, nice blink. Nice blink push,
Yeah.
but do they get him?
This is a
And Juice is coming back.
this is a Hercules jungle moment.
Uh-oh.
He's not doing shit. He's not doing shit.
Oh, nice circle. I think I think if
yeah.
Dev paths back to the Kuzumbo, I think he lives, but I think he pathed
Mhm.
a little weird there after he
I think his team
pulled.
left him out to dry there. I think that's fine. They got the gold. I think he overextended a bit. Like you want to get the objective and go back to farming. You want the biggest advantage you can get from the team fight. MoreLife won the team fight very handily. They got the objective.
Yeah.
Like you want to
I'm
get
surprised
the
it
XP after the objective too. That's a big part of winning a team fight, getting the XP
Right.
lead, getting the gold lead. Not just fighting.
Yeah, and I mean this game is still really close. The gold look at the gold graphs, like
Oh yes,
2K
of course.
a 2K drop really
Mhm.
isn't that much at this point, and it looks like L Plus has been farming on this right side collectively, and I mean they might mitigate this, but like in that fight, L Plus looks so they didn't look too bad, and I think Dev really just made a difference. Dev with the double execute just was insane in that fight. If he didn't get those double executes, like that fight would have gone
That
L
fight's a
Plus
lot
100%.
harder. Having front lines running around at low HP cause a lot of
Yep.
havoc compared to having some dead front lines. There might be a Nemesis ult here. Is he gonna look to initiate on Horn Hero? No, he jumps out. He doesn't have the wing blade. There's a wing blade somewhere on the Hercules. He's going pretty much full movement speed. It looks like he does have a full sprint. The Fire Giant's starting up. What are they gonna do here?
Yeah, I guess they're just gonna pull it and just say, "Please come," and if you don't, we win. And here they go. They're zoning very effectively, but they're still on the
Draconics
fire.
is just he's just so by himself. But Slash does try to tactical. Mutaba does kill Regret at the Fire Giant. Kuzenbo knocking over the fire poles and the fire walls. So much extra damage. Horn Hero just this is just an absolute clusterfuck. Whose fight it is and shoots.
This is a bloodbath.
Does fall here.
Wow.
1 for 4. Draconics baits enough of a fight that L plus gets a great fight here. They will be getting the Fire Giant here. There's 4 people high HP.
Look
damage.
at the Izanami though.
Josh
Trying to do a hero play.
This is not this is not what you want, buddy.
Yeah.
You dash in, you might get an ult off, but
it looks like he got his ult off, but it's not.
Yeah, Izanami
not
a good character for securing, especially when you're building attack speed. Achins and Atalanta's kind of tier bow. Like your abilities do not do enough base damage to steal an objective. You might as well go farm there, get a level, get some gold, finish off an item. Like especially when you have to sacrifice your relics. It's just a tough spot for him.
Yeah, that's just not. I don't think it's worth it for the Izanami there.
Of course.
Especially using the relics. I don't know when he used them, but it seemed like he used them in that re-engage trying to get into the. Maybe not. It might have been before.
It's 105 seconds. Probably
Yeah,
like 55 seconds ago, but even trying to steal it with no relics, it's so risky. Mutaba caught him out, he stunned him. Oh, Recruit actually gets pulled in, ulted by Hercules, but he ages the damage out. It might be a tough fight for L plus here. They get traded by Dev.
Wow.
Did he use the Achilles execute? Slash here, 1v3, but he might get melted down. He's a Transcendence build shock. He's going to go over the wall, I think.
Oh, he gets
out. He might be out to safety. Mr. Blizzard and him covering the rear. It's going to completely disengage now. Mutaba loses the Fire Giant.
Yeah, I guess Mutaba thought they could just burst the guy and then push the right side, but MoreLife really grouped up and punished that. But here they come down the lane. Maybe they look. They see the advantage and they're trying to fight it.
I would love to see the Kuzenbo and Agni help the Achilles punish the 0 beads chalk. Like all the immunity he has a teleport for escape. He has a slow. He has a CC immune ult.
I will say the chalk is the chalk is very hard to kill. Just inherently because of chalk being mitigations and
you
the
have
TP
heal
is hard.
mitigations, a little bit of defense on the 2, but I would like to see the lack of beats punished by the Kuzenbo, find a nice dash during the team fight, pull him into a wall, make him very easy to damage and lock down. Achilles could execute him, but let's see what happens.
Look at Izanami on the left.
Oh, this is a very you cannot be that far up as ADC in these
That's
games.
an invis diff. Wow, nice sliding out there, but that was Izanami way out of position and somehow gets away with it. That's crazy.
Josh Mello is lucky to live there. You never go that far up as ADC and live there, especially when your team does not have pressure. Like that's
crazy.
Like great on him for living there, but typically we don't see people surviving that like trespass of pressure.
Yep, and L plus get this gold, but
leading to a small gold lead, not terribly significant, but it looks like
3.5K isn't too bad,
Yeah. It looks like.
And I was gonna ask you
this fire. Yeah, go for it.
What? You think that Fire Giant pull was a little greedy by MoreLife? Do you think they just didn't leash it in time? I feel like there was a lot of miscommunication there. I feel like they should have just leashed it early, but what do you think?
They don't have enough experience with they should have realized like, hey guys, I'm gonna pull fire, but I'm gonna go for a fight here. We've won the last fights. I'm gonna go for a fight. It's like, I'm 1v4, and then I think Regret got picked by a Herc too. I think there's a good E-set ult. They need to be concise on what their game plan is, because a lot of people were pulling fire, maybe trying to burn it, maybe trying to bait a fight, but you have to be grouped up to do that.
Yeah, I think they were trying to burn it, and the zone wasn't very effective because they died very quickly.
Yeah. It was a bit spread on their game plan and positioning. You have to be together, or you have to be very, very confident in what you're doing.
Yeah, but it looks like they clean up the towers, and looks like they're gonna push him out. Maybe they can catch out Horn Hero here.
Yeah, it looks like Atomic in chat saying Iset got ult off and killed the Nemesis. Oh god, Horn Hero out of position. He's like 1v4 here.
Wow.
He gets melted. Buddy, there's a Nem. You're a support. You gotta rely on your team.
Yeah, he's a little out of position. Mr. Blizzard has to use his blink out, right? Man. It's kind of tough.
I think Blizzard did blink out. Tactical. I think he wants to bait this fight. He does have Nem shield. He's healing up a lot. He does get resin. It looks like the MoreLife is
Uh-oh.
outnumbering L plus here.
Yeah, but look at Tactical's health. Mutaba just dashes
Mutaba
him.
does take tactical out, but I think he does. He should die here. The poor positioning. They don't wrap around the bottom to cut off
Wow.
his positioning. He's getting out for free here, where I think he really should not. There's a
Yeah,
trade tactical for Horn Hero. It does end up trading L plus, gets the benefit of that fight.
that was a little interesting. I feel like they could have definitely pushed the fight a little more there, and they just kind of maybe they were just a little scared. I mean, some of this
Yeah.
from this position, it's hard to make that call. You know, you're 5K down. It's a little risky to do that play if you don't have maybe the vision we have, and they just thought maybe it wasn't worth it to try to all in that Hercules there, and
Yeah, for sure. He does have the movement speed. You don't have too much
Yeah.
forward vision. Maybe the communication's a little hectic in that fight. Like, there's two people dead. They're calling actives. They're calling ults. So, like, it's a little tough to dive that Hercules there with all that health, with all that movement speed.
Yep, and look
It's a
at all
weird
this
fight.
control L plus has over the Fire Giant here. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, there's a few blue wards that are pretty high, and they do have sentries low as well. Like, it's a bit scattered.
Mutaba's behind them.
Slash is in the mid lane. Mutaba's behind.
This is a little disjointed
There's a
here.
Hercules rock that just got thrown towards back camps.
You know, there's
Yeah.
you sometimes got to throw rocks at
Yeah,
people.
they're
and
they're playing
or
Smite. They're
around
running
people.
around. That's all I can say here, honestly.
Oh shit, Horn Hero got stunned, but
I
took
this
half his health there.
this is what we were saying earlier. This Agni, oh, Chooch is in
Chooch.
trouble here. The Prudence Shield bailing him out. His team's coming. They cannot dive that Phoenix. They're playing
Yeah,
super
but he's
aggressive.
gone. He's out of this fight,
They're-
and now look at this rotation back. They're
they're-
gonna collapse. Maybe.
Oh, they're kind of blowing their load here. L plus is blowing their pressure load. Like, MoreLife
Yeah,
just
but
has the better
Regret's
team fight here.
position. Look at Regret's positioning.
Oh, geez, this is all
Yeah,
over the
he's just
place. Dev does trade Horn Hero. Frontline going down is a big deal in late game team fights. Josh
Draconics.
Mello, Draconics is just getting roasted by the ADC. Can they finish him off? Oh, tactical dashes in with the Nem. Get the Nem shield up. Mutaba
He
is
all
out of
ins
mana.
him.
The big problem with that Bumbus hammer build. But his team is nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I
Like-
think he's just dead. Yeah.
Such an
I'm-
awkward team fight extended that far is just who knows who comes out on top.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. MoreLife was pretty split up. There were some people trying to defend the mid because Slash was in mid,
Yeah.
and it's just hard to punish the Achilles at this point, or not the Achilles. but
Okay,
the,
I don't
the
like
Chalk
this.
at
I
point.
don't like this Firebolt. They don't have the greatest DPS. They're doing
Yeah,
okay right
this
now.
DPS is whack. But
And there's two
whoa,
people coming up to them.
wait a minute.
Like, what are you expecting here? Like, it's a 3v2.
Uh-oh. Yeah, they
It's-
did. They
it's-
did actually more damage than I thought, but
Mhm.
still, Mr. Blizz is really low off that, and Inchu's trying to punish, but I don't think he can.
Enchuch could overextend here, but I don't think there's a ton of kill potential. Mutaba might throw a wrench in the work here with the
Uh-oh.
Bumba's hammer and movement speed build.
Dev's out of position now.
With the knock,
Nice ult.
excellent CC immune on the chalk ult there. He might get out here, but there's a lot of catch-up potential from the movement speed Hercules
ult.
and the chalk slows. Dev just destined to die there. That's tough shit.
Mhm.
Mr. Blizzard gets the last hit on Dev. The Agni, I think, needs to be the central player for this MoreLife team. They need to protect him. They need to facilitate him.
Right.
Let him get bombs off. Let him poke people out. Let him give you the advantage in the team fight against this like
Ooh, nice.
frontline heavy
Look
team.
at this zone though.
Good zone.
Yeah, this is
Regretti gets
great.
really forced out by that Hercules ult. Like, oh, the Fire Giant reset though. That's really weird. They had it at half HP, and now L plus is very low HP. This is a curious fight.
Well, nice
Josh
pull push.
Mello gets pull pushed by the Hercules, like you said.
Yep. I will say Mutaba has played.
So many
I-
pulls. So many pulls.
Mutaba's played this. We question the late game from this pick, but look at tactical. Omo.
Tactical. This is bad. Too much CC.
Yeah, I think he went in a little too early. And
The Bassetto
I-
hits brings him back into the firewall.
Yeah.
There's just no world where you go in 1v5 as a nemesis and do anything there.
Yeah, it's very
It's-
questionable. But look,
There's
Fire's not
slashes
dead
on
yet.
fire. There's mage secure outside the wall. The mage is very low. There's a Hercule coming in.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody's low.
What is going on? This
Those
is very
sm-
sloppy.
Smite game. Nice try from Enchuch. He has the tankiness to try to contest. I don't know if they had the vision, but Dev's
just-
kind of running up there. They're both having
Yeah.
some 1v1s. They're both having fun. Looks like
Well, that's
Slash is kind of standing in mid. Maybe taunting. maybe scratching his balls. Who knows what's happening? But
You
Mutaba
know,
and Dev are fighting each other, having a great time here.
yeah,
Farming player
Mutaba's
damage.
just
Yeah.
doing things over there. But for the build Mutaba's has, and this Bumbus Hammer has been interesting, but
A lot of
I,
abilities up, a lot of Earthbreakers off cooldown, a lot of pulls.
yeah,
It does create
I'm
a lot of pressure
surprised
having a lot
this.
of pulls.
I'm surprised this Hercules pick in the jungle has really been this effective in the
Mhm.
late game, and I thought it was gonna fall off way more, but it looks like they couldn't be able to punish it as much, and it looks like Mutaba's really punished the carries in the back line of MoreLife a lot in this game.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
don't know
due
if
to a
it's
lot of
been
poor positioning from
yeah,
like Agni and Izanami cannot be dying this much. Like you're such a crucial component to your team to melt the front lines of the other team to like DPS fire to DPS towers. You can't be going 2-7 on Izanami. Like I think he can play well. You just gotta respect your opponents a little more. Like Hercules
right.
has pulls, like Chalk has slows, like Horn Hero has his Surge ultimate. You can't get caught out without your actives. Like you have to beach the Herc pulls pushes, you have to beach the Surbolts. You just even if you have to give up a Fire Giant or give up a tower, you gotta stay alive so you can retain your effectiveness.
Yeah, and what do you think now about this macro play by L Plus? They have the Extendo Fire Giant, the
Mm-hmm.
Super Fire Giant. What
Enhanced
should we call
Fire
it?
Giant. Smite game
Enhanced.
might
There
even
we
call
go.
it. Yeah.
Smite game may call it enhanced, but I call it the Super Mega. But look
Yeah.
at this.
So L plus has Super Mega, and they're running down the good lane, aka the long lane, the dual lane, the
Mm-hmm.
lane that gets you the biggest advantage from killing the Phoenix. And it looks like MoreLife is too far from defending this Phoenix to really get much out of it. Looks like
Yeah, just look how
Nem's Magi's went down.
Mutaba's so tanky. Wow, and look at that pull. Nice
It looks like
ult.
they're running down. Blast ult pulled
Wow.
him in. This should be game off of. Uh, you know, accepting miraculous plays, L plus should win this fight off of getting a pick with EFG.
Right.
They can go on to kill the other
Beats
Phoenixes.
out of Agni and sheesh. Yeah.
Yeah, Agni also gets picked.
Uh-oh, Mutaba's in the base. He pushes him out.
Achilles ult goes wide. There's a ESET ult down. It should be going in favor of
Yeah.
L plus here. They have EFG. They have ESET ult. They have 5 team members alive versus 3.
Yeah, I think this is just...
Yeah, there's just
it's
too
just
much
a wrap
damage
here.
rolling. The Titan's pretty squishy. Yeah, and that's game
Yep.
for L plus. They do come out on top of MoreLife after all. They get the EFG. There's a few positional mistakes late game that really like get punished.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I think that
I think...
they tried to kerfuffle and they kerfuffled and the kerfuffles come out on top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kudos. I will say kudos to Mutaba there. I think Mutaba played the late game very well,
Mhm.
punishing the people out of position. Like just at that Phoenix, he recognizes he's so tanky at that point. He just walks in
Yeah.
and just starts hitting, and he pops the Nim beads, and it just makes it open door for Horn here to blink in,
Mhm.
get a free pick, and just win the game from there.
That's
Once
for sure.
once the Nemesis, I think this Nemesis has been a little out of position a couple times in this game. It's really cost in the jungle.
Shall we take
And
a quick 1 or 2 minute break and then come
yeah,
back and talk about the game more after that?
yeah, let's take a
All right,
little break.
let's just chill on the
We're gonna
stat screen and
meditate
come
on
back
it.
for a sec.
And we'll come back. Everyone, look at the stats. This
Stats are
is
really cool.
OP,
23 words from Hard Hero. Oh my god, I'm taking a piss. That's awesome.
Yep.
Kirby.
And this is a synchronized piss by everyone in the chat. If you're not taking a pee, you're not taking a pee.
Balls? Come? No, you. Okay. Spilled glue, aka cum animation. Fantastic.
Well, well, well.
I love cum.
Okay, well, that's a fair thing. And let's talk about that game. After
Mhm.
that real meditation period we had, where we were all
aka
silent
taking a
and
piss. A very
taking a
large
pee.
piss. Yeah.
Yes, people take pees, we pee. And
Yeah. I
looking
think
at that game,
okay. The backline of MoreLife gotta clean it up. You can't be getting picked on Agni early game. You gotta retain.
can we get some a little bit of face cam here, some cami action,
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
that
yeah,
not
yeah.
possible?
No. Let's get it. All right.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Get,
This
get 'em
shit
in.
just froze.
KFC chicken sandwich actually pretty good. I've never had a KFC chicken sandwich,
Oh
honestly,
god.
and
Oh
I
god.
feel like it would pop the fuck off. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh, I'm pressing buttons.
You're pressing buttons, eh?
Yeah. I'm pressing buttons. Okay, here we are. Okay.
Oh,
The problem.
that's me.
That's you. The problem for
I
MoreLife
think.
here was
Yeah.
that the Agni got killed early. He didn't respect Hercules' pull push. He didn't beach the Hercules pull or push.
Mhm.
And then also the Izanami, I think they fought in lane too much. You're against an assassin who wants to have an advantage early. You cannot be brawling somebody who wants to brawl. You gotta say, no, I'm not playing your game. I'm playing my game. Give up a purple, maybe two. Get your items online. Get your chains online.
Right.
There's like 3 front lines, bro. You just gotta keep your levels up. Keep your HP pool up from your levels. Like,
Yep.
you really can't. You can't devolve to your opponent's game plan. Like, don't let Bastet
Absolutely.
just jump around, do what she wants. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the dual lane had a few slip ups,
Few spills.
and I think it's just let the Basta roam a little bit more than you wanted to.
Yeah.
I also think mid lane, Mutaba played that game really well. Honestly, even though like the Hercules pick is a little weird, it
Yeah.
was very effective. He played it very well at punishing people being out of position. So I think MoreLife needs to try to play a little safer, and if they don't get too picked out in these fights or in these engagements, like it'll be very good for them.
Yeah. Kudos to Mutaba, but also there's also where one man shines, another has faltered. Like the backline for MoreLife, they have to respect it more. They have to ward. You gotta beat stuff. You gotta dash stuff. You can't just say ah la 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 la. He can't kill me.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Agni
And
has to keep his levels up. You gotta get that base damage from the bombs. You gotta keep your Izanami items. Like you gotta keep getting them online. Great
Yeah,
job
I
from
think-
Mutaba, but there's some problems that MoreLife has to fill. You know, gotta get those corks
Okay.
out.
Also, I think the Agni in a lot of fights did very well, and
Of course, yeah.
I think the double flat pin build in that game is a little bad. That is like the one big sad because you're playing against that tanky ass Hercules, and you just want to just do more damage. Honestly, I think he just had a lot of defense, and he just like wasn't doing, even though he's ult spamming and doing his damage, like
yeah.
doing his DPS. Like I think his itemization was a little weak. For double flat pin's good in some scenarios, but I think that just isn't the case in that game
I
specifically.
think okay, they had 3 front lines. They had 2 warriors and 1 guardian.
Right.
So I think you want to get a divine ruin, obviously for the healing. There's a
Yeah.
chalk, like bro, you need divine ruin. Then I think Obshard, like people level up so quickly in Smite these days
Mhm.
that the percent pen even it's effective against the base protections as you level up
Right.
very very quickly. Obshard gives 100 power. It's just not a bad item. You can't
Yeah,
go
we've-
wrong. And then
we've
the Soul
also
Reaver for
seen-
health. Like yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we've also seen the recently in SPL people have been itemizing one flat pen item, the divine rune, into like maybe
Yeah.
even a Tahuti in some cases, and then the Obshard, yeah, like you see, is just it's very strong. Obshard is just a very good item, and I think if you're playing a mage
Yeah.
mid, you should be itemizing into Obshard.
Yeah, I
At
see
some
mages
point-
picking Charon's coin up, but they're sacrificing 20 power. They're sacrificing extra 10% pen on a few abilities every 10 seconds as Obshard's passive, extra 10% pen every 10 seconds. Like, it's so good. Like, you get so much prot tread from that, so much power. Like,
Yeah.
you're also trading. Like, if you get Karen's coin, you're betting on the fact that your team will fight around you, will give you assists, will give you kills as a mid laner.
Hmm.
Not always going to happen. It's tough shit right there.
So what do you think about picks and bans here? What do you think?
Mhm.
MoreLife needs to switch up the picks and bans a little bit. Maybe do some targeted bans, or maybe stealing some picks away.
I think at this level of Smite, you need to go for some targeted bans. Ban the Bastet. You had trouble with that.
Hmm.
Maybe ban the Chalk. I think Achilles did well. Remember, at the early game, there's a very, very close fight. I'm gonna go back in the
Right.
full screen here. There's picks and bans coming up.
Yep.
Um, maybe. Oh fuck. I don't care. Okay, sure. So yeah, there's a chalk ban coming out from MoreLife. I respect that. There's a problem. Identify it. Get him on something else. Change the way the game is played up. So like maybe drop the Atlas ban. I don't think it's a terribly easy god to play. You can punish it. It's non-CC immune.
Hmm.
But they have gone with the target ban solution with the chalk and the Bastet. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they really just didn't like the chalk. I guess. Yeah, I'm surprised a little bit about the chalk ban. I know Slash has a
Mm-hmm.
big god pool in the solo lane, and I know he's very, very good at a lot of different characters, and he will punish a lot of different people. And I'm
Yeah.
surprised that they offer this chalk ban. Maybe they're not too familiar with Slash, but I know chalk is not his only pick to run the rodeo per se.
Yeah, of course. Like you don't want that bull running around healing with his fucking rain around his feet. You don't want throwing the axes, doing the big old ults.
Hmm.
But we have the Gilgamesh and the Atlas band on the other side. Two
I
very
like.
very top tier bands. Like you can't go wrong. I
Mhm.
will say banning them is kind of beta because no one has demonstrated capability to play them yet. But
Yeah, these are all target bans over here on the
yeah,
side of More Life.
I will
And
say ESET is a pain in the fucking ass to dive. I don't
yep,
ban them. I don't blame them for banning that. It's it's a little harder to play around than you think. You think, oh, just buy Ankh. She
right.
still heals for fucking a few hundred, still does 500 damage. It's tough shit. So they've completely made L plus like switch their team comp up. Like I think they say we can challenge you, but
Right.
you've cheesed us. Switch it up.
Yep. And yeah, they clean it insta pick there. That's
Mm-hmm.
smart. This cleanup pick has been very, very, very strong in the solo lane, and if Dev gets a hold of it, I feel like Dev can run the game.
Dicks.
But one thing I don't want to see, I don't want to see this in jungle, to be honest. I think Kleena in the solo lane right now is so, 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 so good. And it
Incredibly
makes,
strong. Like what
yep.
what are the strengths that she brings in the solo lane?
Uh damage, okay.
Uh huh.
Number 2,
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Number 3, damage.
Okay.
Number 4, escapability.
I agree. She can walk into that wall. She can dash. She has a very long dash that she can also like interrupt the intervals. She can do a 1 inch dash. She can 180 the damage. She can go a full length, extra long,
Yep.
super 12-inch $6 sub dash.
But they insta pick this Achilles right into the Kleena, and that's definitely
Yeah.
for Slash. Do you? Well, maybe not. It could be not, but do you like the Achilles into the Kleena? It should cancel
Uh.
the scream, right? If you're quick enough.
Yeah, but I think the scream is not how you clear the wave. You use your
True.
two to clear the wave, or your four. Basically, the way you play Clean a Solo is you run around and you don't die till you hit five. You throw your twos, you max your two, and then you press four. But I think that Achilles does have good boxing potential with the
Yeah.
healing, matches the healing pretty well. You've got a bit more natural tankiness, maybe a bit more power.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're
This is
hovering
interesting.
the thought.
This is interesting pick. I really do love More Life's comp here. I love Kleena. I
Uh
love
huh.
Medusa. And Persephone in mid, I think has a lot of pressure. And picking Thought into Persephone is a little sketchy. You have to play the Thoth kind of safe here because Persephone can easy blow Thoth beads
Mhm.
a lot if you're not careful. And
Yeah, you might just get caught up by that Persephone. Like if you get your
Yep.
beads blown, this might be a cleaner jungle. You might get silenced. There might be
However-
another assassin that blows your beads. We'll see.
yeah, however, I think Geb is it's a good response to the Perseph pick. I think
Mm-hmm.
Geb, if you have your Geb camping myth with the Thoth should just be safe. And Geb alone, even if you're trying to pick the Geb, you can cleanse yourself as well, and it's really not that bad a matchup for Perseph or for Geb into
Yeah.
Perseph.
Yeah, you can
And
cleanse. You can cleanse the that cage that Persephone can throw.
right,
A lot of stuff.
yeah, and I think at this point, Perseph is really just an ult bot, and her ult's very good. And if you can lock people down in the ult, the other team has a lot of trouble. Not to say she doesn't have damage, but her damage is her kit revolves around her ult per se. And
It does. Yeah, her damage is a bit hard to confirm.
right,
If you don't have CC, you kind of have to sling it out, hope it hits. If it does, they are in for trouble. But we have two hunters banned out here. Izanami, a pretty big deal. Lots
Right.
of wave clear, lots of pressure. They also banned out Heimdallr on the side of MoreLife, a very safe hunter. Maybe they want to focus dual lane. And Chooch does not. He's not playing it. I think someone else is. I don't care. You don't want to play against Heimdallr if you want to gank the goddamn dual lane. You know.
right.
You want to be able to kill somebody. You want to take advantage of that Medusa pressure. But
Yep.
on the other side, they got Nem and
Some-
Erlang banned out.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to play this more aggressive, so maybe this cleaner might be running around in the jungle. We'll see. But look at that. That's just safety.
Jingwei?
Mr. Blizzard. Mr. Blizzard has now put up the ponytails.
Dog.
Hold on, let's see if it's locked. Mr. Blizzard's getting the little,
Bro, he's
the little
pulling his hair
tie
back.
bands.
He's
He's
about
pulling
to
the
put
hair
the
back.
cock in his mouth, bro.
He's putting makeup on his face.
Yeah.
Holy tamale!
This is-
If
this
this
is
is
cringe.
locked in,
This
this
is
will be
cringe.
cringe. No shot, no shot that Mr. Blizzard transfers from Bastet ADC to Jingwei, and I knew it. I knew it.
Hey, he's baiting
too
us.
good
He's
to be
He was
true.
baiting us. It was just
Yep.
for that. He was baiting us.
Too good to be true, right there.
Okay, I will say this could be Achilles jungle. It could be Tsukuyomi jungle. There could be an ADC hunter
No.
locked in to the long lane with this guy.
I'm gonna put a bet on this one.
There's
This
a
is
chance.
100%. I'm putting 100% Tsukiyomi.
Yeah.
Tsukiyomi ADC. 100%.
On the other side,
This
there's
might
a
be
Bologna
an
locked
ADC
in.
flex
Yeah.
or Achilles flex.
So it
I
looks
think.
like it's a Kleena jungle. There was a Kleena flexed. It could have gone jungle or
Mhm.
solo. Looks like it's a jungle. I think Bologna can go jungle,
Wow.
but more likely Bologna solo. A Khepri support locked in.
I like
That-
this.
Okay, I love this draft. You have the dive. Okay, there's the
Yeah.
execute, but who cares? You have the dive of, Geb, Thoth, Suku, but you can arrive with Khepri. Bologna can dive hard, get Khepri ulted. Perseph can play aggressive, get Khepri ulted. Medusa, Khepri has
Yep.
great wave clear. That's such a good lane they've locked in.
Right. I think Kepri right now is very. I mean, he's very, 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 very good, and in certain comps, he's insane. And I think this,
Ooh.
even though they have the Achilles execute, and now they locked in the Ao Kuang. Okay, wait a minute, this might be a different story now.
So they've over-focused on the revive, I think.
Yeah, this is a typical. I think this is a typical Mutaba response to the Ao Kuang or to the Kepri. He always locks his Ao Kuang.
He over focuses on counter picks and not just locking solid picks.
But I think it's still. I definitely think it can still work out in his favor.
Yeah.
Not to say that it can't.
It's okay.
but-
It's okay.
I think the Kepri pick is very strong, and
I agree.
it is just very frustrating to play against. And if you don't have executes, you can definitely.
Yeah, I think
cause a
MoreLife
ruckus.
has outplayed L Plus here because they've put another variable in the equation that makes the other team think about it, hesitate, change their picks, play differently, but they're displaying
Right.
baseline gods that just do damage and CC people. I think
Yeah,
they have a much more
during-
straightforward lineup, and it's way easier to play the game. You don't have to
Right.
execute. You don't have to shield. You just CC and you do damage.
Yeah, I think in theory, MoreLife has just like you said, a simpler comp to play. But I think the um L+'s comp can work, but it just takes a lot more it takes a lot more not skill, but
What's up?
like it takes a lot more to play. It's hard. It is harder to play because you have to play very carefully with this outcalling pick. You don't want to overextend too much, but you also want to try to get some flanks and get some picks, and it can be kind of tricky sometimes. So let's see if it works out. And it looks like it is the Kleena in the jungle, which I personally do not favor. I think this Kleena pick is just way better in the solo lane, and maybe at this level of Smite, it's easier at getting picks in the for the jungler. The Kleena might be easier to get some picks, but let's see. I know from last game, Tactical played a very aggressive jungle, so
Yeah,
maybe he can
very
punish a
much
little
so.
more.
Yeah, maybe initiating too much when he shouldn't. Going with Nemesis alone, like it's maybe over aggressive, but Kleena can just melt away into those walls. He does have the
Right.
beads. He can maybe squeak out of those situations.
Yep.
I'm sure you remember the fact that Mr. Blizzard is on that Tsukuyomi ADC, a very vulnerable gank. He does get countered by Kleena walking into walls. That piercing
is-
moonlight doesn't do damage to Kleena when she's in the wall.
That is true, and you that can cause a ruckus, but if you think about it, Tsukiyomi, absolutely, we really do favor
Our goblins,
shit.
yeah.
What is the game called? Even?
Paladins?
Oh my gosh, that is
By Evil
embarrassing and
Mojo
sad.
Studios. I don't fucking
I
know.
apologize to everyone listening to this right now. It is Paladins, our favorite game,
Yeah, Atomic
second to
Bomb
Smite.
B N M.
Yep.
That guy's
And it
really
looks
mad.
like the player damage right now is all zeros. Whoever gets the first player damage on the game, okay,
Wins.
this is my bet.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the
Uh-huh.
first player damage, whichever team gets the first player damage wins
Yeah.
the game.
Okay.
That's my bet.
Right.
Okay,
So
100%. If anyone else agree with this, this is gonna be it. I'm shaking someone's hand.
yeah.
Handshakes in chat.
Have shaken.
Hand claps in chat. Everyone clapping. Wait, who's Josh? Is Josh this new
Josh is their ADC. He was their ADC last game. He's the Izunami. It looks like
Oh,
the Medusa and
I
Kepri
trolled.
are heavily outcleaning the dual lane. Tsukuyomi is running back to
Wait,
tower
who
with
did the
2/3
first
HP.
damage? I wasn't paying attention.
It looks like Medusa has top. Balloon has top. It's Medusa.
Yeah, but the first, it's not the same.
No, I
as-
don't fucking know, bro. Watch
Wow,
the
it
clip.
looks like they went for the invade there as Kepri
So
Medusa. That's interesting how they got away with that. But it looks like
it appears our
it appears like we're doing a. It's a re. Hold on,
Wow.
let me do this.
they're running
It's
really
rewind
quickly.
time.
That's pretty good.
Man, where's Chris Rock when I need him? Man, come on. I need to slap someone now
Chris Cox.
for saying that comment.
Yeah. So it looks like the Kepri Medusa lane will have pressure as expected. And the Tsukuyomi has to pretty much hold on till he has Jotuns, till he's 5s, to where he can fight the Medusa when the Kepri leaves lane. If he does, surely Medusa did damage first. Surely. But
Yeah, probably.
looks like
But that's an interesting invade.
Alquan
I'm
and Cleaner are
surprised.
scuffling at the back camps on the right side.
Oh,
And I
there's a fight.
don't know who comes out on top. The Soul Laner didn't rotate. Mutaba
Oh,
is in trouble
Mutaba's
on the
really
right
low.
side. If we can spectate the right side, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ.
The right side. And look at that.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting chased off back to lane. Mutaba might have gotten his back camps, but tactical speeds are forced. But there's
No. Wow. It
Just
looks
such a
like the
tentative
right
early game.
side was the right, and look at that. Sheesh.
my goodness.
Okay.
Kepri twos the wave! Medusa twos the wave! Holy shit.
That's the double
that's-
2 combo, and that's what got him pressure on wave
Yeah.
1.
The
This
double 2
Geb
combo does
Tsukiyomi.
grant them pressure.
Do you think the Tsukiyomi comes online at level 5? Do you think you just ult bot in this dual lane?
Tsukuyomi gets to play the game when the support leaves. Tsukuyomi
I
wants
was
to
about to say
1v1
ditto
the
to
other
that.
hunter because he presses for. Most hunters besides Charybdis or Chernobog cannot get rid of his ult damage unless they start Aegis. So
Yep.
he wants to poke them with his shurikens, he wants to 1 them, he wants to 3 them, throw shit at them until shit sticks.
Oh, Mutaba's on the backs. He's kind of looking looked at. Uh-oh. Mutaba's...
Looks like Tactical's looking for the speed buff invade. A Mutaba tactic. He should be ready for this.
Uh-oh.
But it looks like he's going to secure the blue
Wait,
buff, but
they
Draconics
detected
is
it.
coming up. Draconics does not secure the blue, but he's half HP. He can't fight that hard. Cleanup could
Tactical's
walk into the
in
wall
trouble.
here.
You
Oh,
gotta go
Thoth is
wall
just
mode.
dashed in. Buddy, you gotta be careful. That's a jungler you're looking at. He has speed buff. He can cover you. He gets taken down.
Slam Graham!
Sheesh. Mutaba might be in trouble here. He has one ability of mana. He has used it. He is not getting a kill here, but he's in danger.
Wow!
But
I think they
MoreLife-
can turn on him if they want to.
Oh, the
Oh,
solar
Slash is here.
has rotated over.
Wow!
Looks like Recast has put some nice damage in, but he's gonna back off. They got the 1-for-1. They got the speed buff invade. It's probably worth it overall. Who knows? Getting Thoth behind is a big deal. That's a Persephone is saying, "Hell yeah, you did great, buddy."
Mathematically there, man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, MoreLife gets the first blood, and that's good for the Kleena. But the Kleena also dies, so it's an interesting run it down, and it looks like they're ahead by
892
700.
XP diff. That's big shit. I think the game's over.
The game is probably 100% over by this point, yeah. It could never go to X teams, you know.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, so it looks like MoreLife has a fat advantage in the duel lane. I will say Josh Mello still has 2 health pots, and Mr. Blizzard has none. If they just simply hold the wave and poke, do something along this line. Solo! That was a solo kill, I promise.
That was a hashtag not soloed, but hashtag BM soloed.
Yeah.
Sheesh, it appears Slash has been
Usurped.
welcomed by not placing the ward in the proper places.
Tactical trying to silence his own teammate there. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I personally try to silence you a lot, and it doesn't work. So unfortunate. But look at this skirmish on the right side.
Yeah.
Oh, Mutaba's blinked
This
in.
is a bit of
Look
a
at that
wacky
dash.
one in mid lane. It looks like Regret still has beats. He might not fall here, but he does fall to the pure
Wow.
damage of the Thoth ultimate. Thoth
Oh my-
actually chooses to not kill Tactical. He feels bad for him. Wow.
It was a little bit of a swing and a miss, but sheesh. Dang, it happens sometimes, but that was a nice... I thought the Persephone ult there was going to be a good turnaround, but it just didn't work out in their favor, and Mutaba and Draconic really punished. Thoth is coming in clutch here. This Thoth pick is very strong in this,
Yeah,
like...
Thoth is OP. Who would have known?
Yeah, who would have known that Thoth, with this early range, could just punish anything,
Yeah,
no matter what.
Like
and
you're
it's
saying in
kinda crazy.
game 1, P's and B's, Thoth is a very high priority pick. Pagon played him today in the SPL. He soloed motherfucking... Where the fuck was playing, you know? Who'd they play?
Person.
Yeah.
Who did they play?
It was Dragons.
Tank?
Oh, it's Dardes. He was playing Zeus,
Oh.
and Pagon sold him like twice,
Oh yeah,
essentially.
Darkness.
Yeah. Thoth is fucking OP, and Thoth should not be let through lightly. You need a counter, you need some counter pressure. You do not want to just let him do whatever the fuck he wants, because he will rail your mid laner, he will get farm.
Alright, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a... I'm gonna ask you a question, but I also have an opinion on the question I'm gonna ask.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you feel about these double meditations in the support role? And look at Dev here. He has to blink out.
Dev
Nice
just
blink,
shit
though.
on them.
He did just hit him with the Wally Wop, per se, and just gets out
Yeah.
with the middle finger held up as he's running away. Sheesh.
I do think Enchuch's meditation holds more value and is a more better pickup than Horn Hero's meditation, because there's 2 executes that are based on health on L+'s side, and meditation heals health. Shocker.
Yeah, I didn't really consider this execution
But-
standpoint.
Horn Hero tactical
Oh.
solos / Omega, as we all expected for
Yeah.
a second time, but
And it looks that the ward diff is
Yeah.
actually coming to fruition here. Last game, John placed only 1 ward, and now it's
One
coming to
ward.
bite him in the ass.
that ward
Has
from
he
last
been
game did
double
not
ganked?
give him vision, man. Can we see wards placed by players, please? I'm sure that's 9. I don't know.
Yeah,
Actually,
probably one...
Josh
oh,
X
look
Mello
at this
is just...
progression.
It looks like
Yep.
he was not left alone. He He was not left
Yep,
alone.
and it looks like John has placed 0 wards on the Achilles.
Yeah,
and it looks like
Mr. Blizzard got the
Mr.
power
Blizzard-
spike. He got to ult the opponent ADC with his full Jotuns, and it did
Wow, nice
enough
ult.
damage to kill him. But Tactical is
the
coming in. Horn
uh-oh.
Hero is gonna die here. Thoth. I think Thoth dashed to that fight, but no one ended up recognizing it or hearing the sound cue. So he gets off scot-free.
Yeah.
Mr. Blizzard is 0 mana on his purple.
He's Can he get
Oh
punished?
my
But
goodness,
no.
there are some. This is a smite game being played right here, right now, in front of our eyes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh mama, we need to get some Oreos. We need to get some tacos because damn,
I want some fucking Oreos. Yeah,
there is a smite game happening in front of our eyes right now.
yeah.
Everyone go bake your popcorn, fucking
True.
light your grill on fire because sheesh, what the hell is happening in this game?
Regret gets bailed
Nice
out by a little
kill.
cleanup pressure there. 3 people in mid versus Persephone, who is a little alone there.
MoreLife has a 2k gold lead here. This is very interesting. They have a 2k gold lead in this game right now. And man, I feel like both teams are just kind of running it down, just playing the game, and it's crazy. I think for sure Slash has been punished by not placing a single one of his shards 8.5 minutes into this game.
Yeah, going back to what
It,
we were talking about game 1, I think MoreLife has a bit better team communication. Like
Right.
I think we can just see it on the map, see how they punish like enemy positionings. Like that really does come into how the game plays out because you can punish. Oh, jungler doesn't have speed buff. Go invade it. Okay, his back camps are up. Go invade it. Or like, hey guys, their bead's down. They're invading our purple. Come kill them. Like,
Yeah, do you
there's
think
a ton of things.
L plus is just disrespecting their opponent at this point? Do you think there's a little bit of drama here where
I think we
L
can see
plus
the
just
disrespect
thinks there's
from the
a
draft
little disrespect.
in the first game. I think that the Bastet that got played, that's disrespect. I don't think that a god should win lane. Like,
Yep.
a lot of that damage from that poke on the Bastet is the jump. Like, if you're a jungler and you see Apollo dash in, you're gonna kill that motherfucker.
Oh, speaking of that,
Speaking of killing a motherfucker, Josh X Mello does get soloed by Mr. Blizzard.
yeah, I think Mr. Blizzard has really just honed in these assassins in the duel lane. He's really opted only for this Bastet Tsukiyomi, and we've also seen him play Susanoo in the past.
Yeah.
And man,
Looks like Mr. Blizzard might
he's
fall
only
into the
played-
ability damage of the Kleena. That
Yeah,
Geb
but
shield.
look
Oh,
at
that
this.
Gabble.
Yep.
Oh my god. Horn Hero bailing Mr. Blizzard 32 out.
right. But look at this. He's low. Mr. Blizzard really low, but
Dashes
also
out, gets the Capriole. Hit Gold Tree and die to it, please. But he does have that movement speed.
Talos blinks in.
Mutaba does dash in. Did they get punished? There's stuff happening, I promise you. Persephone's now low. He will die for his teammates' sins.
Wow. The thought dash. Oh my gosh. And Chooch.
Thoth is running wild here, pressing buttons, doing stuff. There's 4 people on the left side of the map, and MoreLife is saying, where is our team? We are getting out pressured, but Perks died. She's 0-2-2 now, doing that flat pen build, but it's if you get behind the Thoth, it's a bit dangerous. She maintains a bit of a lead. She'll stay even, but you really don't want to let it slip.
Both Draconics and Mutaba aggressive dash there, and man, they were so low when they did it too, and it was kind of risky.
Yeah,
but
anyone's fight.
I also agree that going the double flat pen when you're behind is a little tough. But look at the levels though. Persephone has a level on that, but wait a minute.
Yeah, Thoth very behind at this point. But Mr. Blizzard solos Josh X Mello again
But
in the
look
dual lane. You can't have that happen.
Look at this
Dev
aggression.
out of
Slash
position,
is
gets
going.
executed. Sheesh.
Tactical's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think the presence here, L Plus has turned it up. They did not pick Bastet. They are trying their balls off. They're sweating. It's dripping. The towel's down on the gamer chair. Turtle Beach is equipped on the ears. Rugrat does trade Horn Hero though. Let's see.
Oh, the thought dashes, but misses the
Enchooch-
root.
It looks like
Wait a minute.
Rugrat is leaving Enchooch out to dry a little bit. There's a kill to be had in mid here, but they just aren't having any of it. I think Rugrat was playing a bit too passive there.
I agree as well, and I think that is a little too scared when you have a Capri with an ultimate ability. But look at
Mr. Blizzard, the peak of cockiness here, invading as a Tsukuyomi with no mobility.
but
That's criminal.
but honestly, how do you expect to punish him?
He's
3-0.
also playing for a solo kill here.
Look at this, and it
It
looks like
like
there
the
might
game
be a
is
pause
paused,
coming out. And
And Chooch has DC'd. He said, I was auto-attacking a midman. Where were you? And then they got into a fist fight in real life. They beat each other
Yep.
up. It looks like Rugrat has chopped Chooch's internet cables with scissors because they're actually brothers in real life, can confirm.
Yep.
And then, so they briefly paused. This is what this is right now. They've got the boxing gloves on right now. I can see them across the hall. They're exchanging blows. And it looks like Enchuch is coming out on top because he's the tank player, and Rugrat is going for some dirty blows because he's the low mid player. Oh my god! Oh no, not the low blows. Oh my god, it looks like Enchuch is coming out on top. He's just knocked him out with some dirty support blows.
Wow, and Rugrat.
God damn it.
Sheesh, don't zoom in too far because damn them legs. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but
he jerks off to anime.
Anyways, I'm gonna say Mr. Blizzard has just hit the ego card on this one. He's really just fucking slammed. He slammed the dual lane, and now he's rotating and affecting mid lane.
Yeah,
and, man, he's really just putting on a clinic here in the dual lane. And
looks like
I think he was just
taking a respite from his boxing match a second ago, but dashed to the base. Yeah.
Sheesh. I don't. How do you L plus is still down in gold. This game is pretty close. But
Smite is about farming. You can go down in kills, but you can out farm your opponent.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Look at the levels. Level 14 Suki.
Left lane real quick. It looks like Blizzard's playing aggressive on Medusa at the purple buff. He does not have Aegis yet. This is probably a kill from Josh Miller. Dashes early, just gets taken out by the one from Mr. Blizzard. Okay. This Khepri has to stay over there. After the first kill, you've got to go support your teammate. You're 0-2, bro. You got a breastplate for your ult. Go. Suku doesn't have movement. Go root him. Force his beads. Let Medusa get some pressure. You got to recognize the weak links in the opponent's draft, and it's in the left lane. But they're letting Mr. Blizzard run rampant.
Yeah, you cannot let Tsukiyomi in the dual lane run rampant because he will literally just kill the ADC off cooldown. Nice cancel the dash. Maybe they can kill Horn Hero here, but yeah, Geb Shield he's just so tanky.
Yeah, he's got that 44-step gauntlet. He's got almost a sovereignty online. He's got that meditation in his pocket. Tough.
There's a 3-level lead in the dual lane right now. Mr. Blizzard's really just fucking slamming it, and it's
Dev. That's a solo kill. A Capriel comes out in the mid lane.
Nice ult in the middle lane. Look at the beats out of
Mutaba getting greedy on the tower line. There's no last hit in the pocket. Mutaba runs towards the red buff in safety. There's no vision. Going behind, blinks.
No!
That's a maneuver. That's a maneuver.
No!
I don't know how he knew he was there.
I
guess he
fell
saw
out
him.
of my chair.
He's on the floor. I see him. Mr. Blizzard comes in behind, ults the Persephone. He's level 15. The health pool is so big. Mutaba has somehow healed up. This game's over.
Medusa, surely you just gets a kill. Okay, nice.
Josh Mello. That's a nice comeback kill, Geb.
Yeah.
It's your turn to say something. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna say this. I just fell out of my chair. Okay.
Yeah. How's your ass?
I think. Look at Josh.
Josh Mello is gonna die to a Tsukuyomi. Again, he did not need Ao Kwang there. I'll tell you that he did not need Ao Kwang.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it straight up. Mr. Blizzard has played this duo lane extremely well. He's punished the pick, and he's using his pick to his potential. No one's helping. No one is really helping Josh, and I think he just. You cannot die early game to Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, you cannot.
And
you have to play till 12 to have Aegis. You have to start Aegis. You can get Aegis. There's an Achilles. There's an Ao Kwang. There's a Thoth. There's a Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, but look at Mutaba.
Mutaba going on right now. Mutaba does fall. That is a big kill for MoreLife. This is a comeback potential. They're grouping up. This is what you have to do from behind. Horn Hero's in danger. Mr. Blizzard is out of position. He's a Tsukiyomi. He's going to ult in. He doesn't land enough damage to get a kill. They can punish him. There's a Khepri. But Persephone does fall. Regret perishes. And Chu's out of position. He falls to the higher levels of L+.
Oh no.
they do get a trade kill on Mutaba, who's 5-0. That's a big kill. He's the jungler. It's an early game jungler. Ao Kwang falls off late game because he cannot stick around in teamfights long enough to do his damage. But can MoreLife get enough XP and enough trade kills to level out the 4 differential levels of duo lane?
I'm surprised the gold is still semi-even. It's very close between L Life and more. Yeah, L plus and more
L
life.
life and plus ratio.
But look at the XP differential.
Yeah.
Mr. Blizzard is, wow, just running it down and just pushing it.
All of that
and just-
difference is literally in duo lane. The whole difference. You have to group up and kill Mr. Blizzard if you're more life. It's a Tsukuyomi. He has
look at this.
Blink. Horn Hero is going to fall here.
Dev is so low.
Horn Hero is not going to fall here,
Or
like I
Dev-
was saying. Yeah. Dev's in trouble. Slash is really zeroed in on this, but there's just such a barn burner of a team fight. Mr. Blizzard going back and forth, doing so much damage. The Capri ult is
Didn't
on.
happen.
Not Mr. Blizzard. Exactly. So,
Yeah, I think these Capri ults need to land a little
Exactly.
bit.
Okay. MoreLife has set themselves up
But
to
they're
come back.
somehow ahead.
They have killed Mutaba and they have killed Mr. Blizzard. They have gotten those bounties. They've gotten those actives. They have caught their carries up. They have allowed the counterparts to farm a little bit. It's not dead even in dual lane, but he will be able to get some foothold back in that lane
Okay.
now.
I just think this whole game has been a little criminal. How in
Absolutely.
the hell
Without
has
a doubt.
MoreLife? How is MoreLife ahead in gold in this game? I think L Plus has just been running around, just having fun. I think
Yeah.
they really are not grouping up, doing these objectives they need to do to push their lead. And
Mhm.
look at, I mean, just look at Mutaba. He's just so out of position, but he gets bailed out by Horn Hero here. But, I
think it's
I
criminal.
feel like you need to push your lead in the dual lane. Mr. Blizzard, at some point, I think he's gonna fall off because
Plus
if
ratio,
you're
yeah.
having, I think if you're gonna group up, if More Life's gonna group up as much as L plus, you're gonna get Capri revives on these select targets that Mr. Blizzard's diving, and it's actually gonna punish him.
You have got to be putting these Capri revives on these
Yep.
Tsukuyomi targets.
And look at this Gold
And
Fury
L
build.
plus is pulling gold. They've got it down to half HP already. N2 is there. Josh Mello
Medusa.
is behind. The Medusa ult is available. Can they get their team to come punish this in time? Mutaba's in the back, cutting off the backlines. But Horn Hero is so low out of position. Draconic's free casting over the wall. Josh Mello is gonna fall here. Is it for
look
good
at this
cause? Horn
Tsukuyomi,
Hero
can they
does
push?
fall. Who's
Nice
is pulling
pluck.
and blows the Tsukuyomi beats. They've gotta kill that Tsukuyomi. He
Wow.
is 17. Dev kills Mutaba in the backline. He went in 1v2. Not a suggested play. Slash could not save his teammate. Capri's
Yeah, I
keeping
think-
Slash out of the fight, but they're
Oh.
collapsing on the mid lane. Draconics, he can get collapsed on overtop by
He could.
Tactical.
Good tactical.
This Kalina will outrange this.
Nice.
Good punish. Good awareness covering that dash. That's such a good fight from MoreLife. They trade 2 for 3, but they are trading from behind an XP.
Oh,
But Slash
nice
does.
XP by Slash.
Yeah, Slash does. That's his
But
job.
that's still work.
That's his job to distract the soul laner to let his team trade those ahead carries on L plus. Great fight from MoreLife.
Yeah, I was a little confused when they didn't just all in the character there. They was just a little out of position. They played a little too scared, but then they finally collapsed on the Thoth and mid, and then they
Mhm.
finally punished him, which was very good by them. And look at the gold; it's still even Steven, like Back to the Future and one of those old timey movies. And
Oh yeah,
Man.
this is the Wild West. I will concur.
This
John Wayne
is-
is kind of loading up his little revolver, and fucking pew 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 pew. You're the bad guy. And
yep. Mhm.
who knows who stole the money from the
Regret,
bank
we
because
haven't
both
mentioned-
teams are getting away with some criminal shit. Mr. Blizzard
Oh,
blinks and
no.
presses for, does not do shit to Josh Mello, but if Josh Mello does not dash away here,
Dead.
ouch.
Yeah, I think
A bit of bad Aegis use, I think. He should have recognized not many hits. Great pick.
okay.
Yes, this is the problem with
Okay.
Alcon late game. The other team does damage too. You have to auto attack 5 times
Yep.
to do your damage. You're not life stealing. You're not doing damage. You will fall down. His beads were down before he went into that fight. It's at 120.
Yeah, I think
Alcong's bad.
that was a good response from MoreLife. They knew Mr. Blizzard was in left lane, and they knew Al Kwong was engaging on right, which is a little overextended from him, and he got caught out, and they punished him, which is really good. Somehow this game is it gold
That
favored
even
to MoreLife, which is
slightly.
crazy. It's
Yeah,
actually crazy. It is criminal. How the heck is Mr. Blizzard level 19 and they're down in gold?
he has gotten to invade red buffs, invade purple buffs. He's got alpha
He's
harpies.
got a
He's
4
got
level
waves.
lead.
He's probably got 6 solo kills, but nevertheless, okay. I will say on MoreLife's side, Capri is a good character at level 5. You do not need him at more than level 5 to have effect in the game. I would like to see him sacrifice a little more farm for his mid carry, his duo carry. You don't need to leech purple, you don't need to leech red. As long as you have that level 5 online, the breastplate's nice for cooldown, but I'd like to see him just sacrifice a bit of farm personally, so
Yeah, I
his
think
team will do
Cooch-
more damage.
I think Cooch should have just camped duo lane way earlier and just shut down the Mr. Blizzard, because if he
for
just has
sure.
if he just has to revive in the duo lane, it's hard to aggress on
Horn Hero
really
is
is
just
hard to aggress
walking in
on
below
Josh.
4 characters in mid. That's just puzzling because MoreLife has had good communication so far, but they don't seem to want to deal with this support that's
Yeah.
just kind of running around in their asshole.
Yeah, I think if you engage there on the Geb, he can really just hard punish with the ultimate, and his teammates were semi around, which
Mhm.
could have punished.
Yeah.
It was a little risky to go all in on a Geb there. He's just
Yeah.
at this point in time, he's really
yeah.
tanky.
You don't have to all in, but poking out is a big deal for objectives. Like, if you
I
poke out
agree.
maybe like a 1/3 HP, you can't commit to a fight if you're lower HP than you can be. So like Dev here is poking out Horn Hero, and Horn Hero needs Slash's pressure
I
to
don't
get
know
him
if
out a
this is
little
good.
bit.
Slash has an upgraded relic or upgraded starter item. He's gonna be
He
slamming in this
does have
fight
the
here.
full Warrior's Axe, indeed.
So let's see how much effect
2
he can
clean
do.
outs,
But, he has to
but
ult
like
out.
we were talking about, a lot of HP pressured out. You cannot be that out of position. They are getting punished for that bad positioning
Wow!
under
Nice
the camp.
block!
Slash falls down
Wow!
for his teammates' transgressions. They are getting punished for that cocky positioning. Pull a Fire
Wow.
Giant.
And now the Capri pulls the Fire Giant, and now they're DPSing it. Let's see if they can zone
They
off Mr. Blizzard and
yeah.
Mutaba. Dev is over there on Mr. Blizzard. Mutaba is free to rain and run up. Let's see if they can do anything. The Thought is also going to be there with the ultimate ability.
I think they need to leash this. There's
Uh-oh.
3 members of L plus
Uh-oh.
getting close enough. They're flanking
Oh,
around.
this is too
Dev
greedy.
is low. Mr. Blizzard's ulting in at low HP. There's a Capriole.
Yep.
That's what you have to do with Capriole. Good
Oh, no.
shit. They
He gets
do force
activated.
2 ults.
Oh.
They force 2 ults to kill Dev instead of 1. That's okay. But here we are. Mutaba's
Yeah,
dumped
but they-
down. And they've still
Yeah,
traded
they forced 2
positively.
ults, but they leash him off Fire Giant. I think that was
Mhm.
actually not too bad for L+. And I think if Dev actually suicides himself,
Yeah.
it's hard to tell in the situation, but if you suicide yourself there to the Fire Giant ring that was up, I think he actually just lives because he gets
That's
revived by the Capri, which is it's just a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
hard play to realize from where you are and not
Mhm.
knowing where the Alquang is.
especially when
and
there's an
stuff.
Alquang with mobility and invisibility, like movement abilities, you
But
know.
But reviving yourself to 40% at this point in time when the Capri's level 15,
That's a
he
big
probably
deal,
has
yeah.
2 or 3 points in his ult. And
I'd like to say
Well, not
Mr.
great,
Blizzard
but-
died with his beads up, and then, you know, that's a tough scenario. I think you shouldn't be dying. I don't think Geb should be going down without using his girdle. It looks
Yeah,
like
Mr.
Capri used
Blizzard
his
was low.
actives, but you,
Mr.
you
Blizzard
gotta
got
be milking your
out.
value out of your life here.
Mr. Blizzard got a little poked out, and then I think he was ulting to CC immune, but he was ulting in, so I think it was just a YOLO play at that point because he was already really poked out. Because like once he got in out of his ultimate ability, he was very low, like 200 HP, and he just got insta killed. So it was a little tough there, and sheesh.
Tough spaghetti.
This game is close as a spaghetti now.
Close as spaghetti noodles to the pasta sauce, as they say. So it looks
Yup.
like the solo laners and the junglers have their starters online on both
Yeah, I was
sides,
about to say.
but none of the other people in the game have that. But also, I think once again these skirmishes, it's favoring MoreLife. I think they have
Mhm.
the more solid late game comp with the Kepri, the Medusa, the
How do you like-
Quina, the
How do
Medu-
you like Queen's build? This is interesting with the Sov.
I think
and
you
the-
cannot go wrong with having a soft.
Wow,
Horn
Horn Hero's out of position!
He gets blown up. You can't do that. You have no beats. He doesn't use actives again. No med. Girdle. His team isn't even close enough to Girdle.
No.
MoreLife.
Yeah.
The positioning, they're just punishing them. Mr. Blizzard, out of position. You're a Sukuyomi.
Silence!
Get behind
And the
your team,
beats!
motherfucker. It's a
Damn.
death ball. It's a death ball. Look at this. Beads forced on Doth. Dash forced on Doth. Blood onto the Doth. The Aegis forced out. This is a one game. This game is over. They're gonna kill the
Oh my
Doth.
goodness, are you kidding
Slash
me
Omega
right
has
now?
to fall back. This
Are they
should
gonna-
be. This should be a fire giant.
Yeah, I think they're just running straight to Fire Giant. Mutaba's still over there.
And
but
Mutaba
dang.
kills the back camps. He kills the Alpha Harpy. He's positioning under the fire giant. In all seriousness, they have to be careful of this high damage assassin behind them.
100%.
Because
They don't know he's
Regretti
there.
is low.
They
Does
really don't know he's
Regretti
there.
have beads? Regretti does have bead Aegis. They might have hurt his abilities. Mutaba has cocked and primed a little bit early. Dev's positioned a little
Regretti?
far up. Mutaba blew his load too early. He has relieved all pressure from that positioning. They
now Dev's trying
should
to zone him.
secure this fire giant before there's problems.
Uh-oh. Slash is in. Mutaba's back in. Slash gets a kill.
It looks like the.
More like it's a fire.
Oh goodness!
Wow.
It still is a 3v2 numbers versus numbers, but MoreLife does escape
Wow.
with 4 members with Fire Giant. Regretti does regrettably fall down and not get Fire Giant, but he does trade for the enemy jungler.
Wow, this is kind of. Oh man, this is kind of huge though. If support Chooch can back for Boon, this is perfect. This is a perfect back for the support. He hits his level. He hits his level cap. He gets his Boon on the back.
Mm-hmm.
They should go left. They should push the towers, get a lot of gold. This should be a lead extension for MoreLife here because they have 4 people on Fire Giant. Only Persephone, but that's a nice
A good
primal
primal trade. Yeah, that's
Yep.
very important. If there's a next Fire Giant fight, L Plus does have a big damage advantage on that Fire Giant with that Primal Fury
absolutely.
buff.
And sheesh, this is a crazy game at this point in time. I think, man, they have the Fire Giant, and from this point in time, the Tsukiyomi's levels are now, it's cutting down. The Tsukiyomi's only 1 level up because he's level 20 max capped. You know,
Yeah.
how much is the Tsukiyomi gonna affect late game team fights? Because it seems like he's been struggling
Mhm.
since the Fire Giant group ups because he's been poked out and he's ulted in and he's fallen really quickly. I think he's kind of struggling in this late game.
This
team
is where the
fights.
team composition does come
Right.
into play because you have a Tsukuyomi versus a Medusa. Medusa has very, very safe impact on the fight with the potential stun of her Petrify, the insane damage, the slow that's guaranteed. Like, Tsukuyomi has to full commit to get all of his ult damage off in a fight, but they're committing this
poor
tier 2
hero.
tower. But it's 5v3 or 4v3 in the left lane. You gotta be careful here on L Plus's side because the other team has Fire Giant. They can sustain up. But if you take too much poke, you can succumb
Mutaba
to the
thinks he
damage. You
can
have to
take
fall
this
back.
trade, and it looks like he actually gets
He
pretty effective
did
there.
Take a bit of a trade, but you just it's just
Uh-oh,
so
Slash is a little out of
tenuous
position
here.
here.
He has to
Nice
Achilles ult
ult.
out, but Achilles does not get that far. But they really don't want to commit that far. Okay, Dev, dog, you don't buy a flat pen item in your 6th slot, man. Buddy, come on.
Yeah, that's a little interesting
He
there.
likes
and,
the way Stone Cutting Sword looks, so he bought it. I'll say it, you know.
Yeah,
That's
I
a bit
don't.
criminal.
I definitely think that is not the best pickup there, and that's
Your opponents
slot.
have so much defense at this point in the game. That item gives you power, and that's about it.
right
And
when you're.
dashes into the tower. Slash's ult is down. They know that. Bellona ult's
is
in.
in.
They need to go support their solo laner. I feel like it could have been a bit more cohesive. Some mage damage coming in. Maybe Persephone ult to the backline, prevent them from escaping. But it looks like they're
Yeah,
just going for towers. Mutaba is at red buff, looking for a flank.
Yeah, I think MoreLife was definitely just playing this safe. They just wanted to. They just definitely wanted the Dev to just zone and just get these towers and just play back. They're playing it definitely really safe
Yeah.
because the lead is only 4K, and half of it's in their pockets right now.
Exactly.
And yeah, this is an awkward game to be honest. I mean, the Kepri's level 20, but
Look at that gold in hand. The lead they will convert when they
yeah.
go to base, get those items. Fire Giant's up in about 70, 80 seconds. They're going to have so many more items online. They've been fighting evenly. Maybe they'll fight from ahead now. Capri level 20, Geb 18.
Yeah, I think the more life. I mean, support levels don't really matter at this point, to be honest. Once you hit past the
Mhm.
17, it doesn't matter. But I'm surprised that the Geb isn't opting for the upgraded relic.
Yeah.
I think you really need your upgraded relic at this point in time. You gotta just prioritize it as, especially support. If you're not prioritizing that as support, you're just misplaying a little bit. But
Yeah, I agree. I
and
think yeah.
but I think More Life has just somehow grouped up more and just caused a ruckus. They've been plucking people out of
Ruckus.
position who have been out of position, and just causing a lot of damage to L Plus before the fight even exists. They just they keep on poking out and getting picks.
Oh,
And
Dev
look
is
at
getting
this.
poked out here. Is about
Uh-oh.
60%. Achilles does not
Yep.
have that great of an escape, but Slash is diving deep for him. Looks like they've disengaged a bit, but Dev has to heal up. Firegiant spawning in about 15 seconds. You
Yeah.
can't safely go back to base here. The vision coverage is not great, so they don't know if Dev is backing.
Yeah, the
But
opposite of what I said. L Plus is poking them out,
it
but
looks
it's
like
Bologna
they're all fucking
with
full HP.
yeah, it's Bologna with you know,
Thingy thing,
Death
heal,
Skull. Death Embrace at this point, and
Diaz
that's a
and
lot of healing.
Brasse.
Look at this block on the Slash. He gets cleansed by the Gab, but nice cleanse.
Ah,
But
I think this is going to come down to team comp diff. You have a Tsukuyomi and you have a Ao Kwang. They are baiting baiting assassins. It's hard to team fight with them. Like
it
the
is
team
hard.
comp L Plus has drafted is a high skill, high execution draft, and I'm sorry, but
Oh, they're running at the Suki right now. They're running at the Suki. They saw him on the wave. Now they're all ending him.
Mhm.
SpongeBob Blink was used by More
Fire
Life.
Blink,
Look
one
at
hero
go.
blinks in. Everybody's pressing buttons. Who's coming out on top? Tactical
Wow.
gets a kill. There's a Capriole in the mix.
Mutaba's really
Mutaba
low.
is low. He gets erased from that
Wow!
battlefield.
Cordiie
Cordier
is low
is
too!
falling. Let's go. Kill this Achilles. Guys, Achilles below blue buff to the
Wow!
left. Thoth
Look
dash
at the Thoth.
down.
There's 1 HP, no
This
dash.
is gonna be game
And they're running it
tactical
down.
with the triple kill.
Tactical with the triple kill.
Let's go,
Wow!
baby. Holy
Holy
shit.
moly macaroni slash with
The
the execute.
ADC goes down. That's a big
Whoa.
deal. That's a big
Wait a
deal.
minute. Oh no, I thought
Oh,
they were just gonna run
no.
it down, but they just played it a little
Looks
slow.
like they're running up
Nice
middle
shot by
lane now.
John. I think they're going for this Phoenix, but
He's
John is
stalling a
just
lot of
delaying.
time. Okay, end shoots.
Dude.
You've missed 2 threes there, buddy. The
Dude, oh, and they finally get the kill on
look
John.
how low they are.
But do you think they could have just ended?
I think they
feel
should
like
have
they
ignored
coulda
him.
just ended.
They
I
should have
think they
ignored him.
just chased the Achilles, but they're still going for the end here.
Wait, she
Bologna's going in.
has Death Embrace. She heals off Titan. The game's
It's still
over.
going. Yeah, look at
Holy-
this.
Okay.
Wow.
I think we panicked a bit too much. I think Slash
Wow.
just had to do something there.
I'm not gonna
That's-
say that Titans suck, but
Oh
wow.
my god. I think
That Kalina is just strong, man. Kalina is running these games, and man, More Life gave him the middle finger on that game. Honestly,
I wish they'd give me
Wow.
the finger. That was goodness. The
what a great play.
cleaner
I've been
damage
calling-
was insane.
What I've been saying this whole time, these picks that More Life has been looking for around
Uh-huh.
these late game fights. Mr. Blizzard was on the right wave, pushing it up, and he was caught out of position. He was on the wave, and they had vision of him, and they instantly went to him. It was
Mhm.
great communication, like we've been saying and reinforcing this whole time. More Life is communicated the whole time. They saw Mr. Blizzard on the right wave.
Yeah.
3 people straight went to him. They got the pick on him, and the whole fight devolved from there. It was great, and man, I think the late game team comp from the Mr. Blizzard on the Tsukiyomi, it
Yeah.
doesn't transition into the late game as well as the draft from More Life and the Aokwang as well. It's just hard to pilot if you're getting picked out of position, which has been unfortunate from L plus.
Mm-hmm. So it appears that the janky team comp. Fuck this shit, by the way. The janky team comp of L plus has gotten punished in the late game. Like you have Tsukuyomi and Ao Kwang, both very greedy playstyles. Ao Kwang has to execute. He does not get his DPS off well late game. Mr. Blizzard, he has to prey on Aegises that are down. He has to hope Capriolt's down.
Mm.
It really has to depend on the early and mid game for both of those characters, like the pre-active states, the pre-5v5 states. Those characters are just so tough to play in the mid game, and they really just get railed for it. And
Yep.
despite Necronix on the Thoth, he had a good bit of pressure, good bit of damage, but it just really falls apart because his teammates aren't a cohesive unit and they really just don't play that well together in the team fights late game. But the Persephone, the the Capri,
Yep.
the Bologna going in first, like the
Those
clean long range damage, it just
team
worked
comp.
way better. Team
Yeah,
comp
it's
diff.
late game. The team comp diff was really prevalent for MoreLife. They just knew what they wanted to do with the picks. They wanted to get picks on people in the
Yeah.
front, and they really did. Whether it was Horn Hero before the first Fire Giant they got, and then after it was Mr. Blizzard in the right
Yeah.
lane that secured the game. It was just really smart and really well calculated
Hmm.
because they knew what they wanted to do, just delete someone and get a pick and then break up the team fight completely. Because at that point, once there's a pick, Ao Kuang is hard to play. Once your team already gets picked off for free, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs someone else on his team to blow beads to do some damage. And like if you look at the player damage here, Mutapa did about 14,000 damage in almost a 30-minute game, while his opponent did 24k damage. And
Yep.
like Kleena silences people, she dashes away, she does objective burn damage. There's just like a lot of utility that Kleena has that Ao Kuang
Right.
simply does not have. Like executes can be valuable like early mid game, but once people get objectives online and start grouping and put wards down, it's just night and day.
Yeah. I also think that I don't know. I think Horn Hero relic usage or relics, honestly,
Hmm.
it's kind of awkward for Geb. You're trying to counter initiate this comp, and it's really awkward to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to see a blink. He needs to get more aggressive if
Yeah,
he's going to play Geb. There's a Kleena,
yeah.
no
If
CC
he was,
immunity. There's a Bologna, very low mobility, high punishability on the ult. Like you need to blow beads for your teammates if you have an Ao Kuang. You need to blow Aegises
right?
if there's an Tsukiyomi. You
Yeah,
want to
I
do things for your
definitely,
team if you're on support, buddy.
mhm. I definitely think that the Geb pick really need to like. He was trying to initiate fights, but you were just
Hmm.
getting caught out because you weren't blink ulting. Which you just like if you're trying to initiate, if you're trying to play initiator as Geb, which in this team comp that they have, who's initiating on that team
Yeah,
with
he.
Ao Kuang, Tsukiyomi, Thoth, and Achilles?
Yeah,
You're the initiator, and you have to play it as the initiator, or your team literally has to play on the back foot and just wait
yeah.
for an engage,
You have to
which is
counter engage
complicated.
and just
Right.
cross your fingers and just hope the other team misplays. They fat finger beads. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
like with this style of team comp that L Plus drafted, they're just praying that they either can snowball to a victory, or that the other team just simply does not respect them and does not group up properly for their fights.
Yeah, but also kudos to tactical. Light and
Absolutely.
day, light and day from game one to game two. 12-4 on the Kleena,
Hmm.
which is very impressive. And also another good thing to note, Slash on the Achilles goes 5-5. He gets picked early game twice, and
Two
that's
wards.
really yep. And it's too. It is honestly Lord Diff at that point. He's gotten pressured from the jungle, and it really puts his any sort of lead he could have in the solo lane behind, and it just makes the game way harder to play.
Yeah.
If you don't have a really fed solo laner walking into your fights, then
Hmm.
I think that team really struggles in team fight
Yeah.
stage, and it really showed because MoreLife played it really well, and I think they just knew their advantage. Honestly, somehow the whole game they were just only down a couple thousand gold at most,
Yeah,
and they
there's
really
there's
pulled
never
it
a big
back.
disparity besides XP in the dual lane. That was it.
Yep, it was just very well played, and I think they just I honestly I think it was just a little bit of disrespect.
Hmm.
Uh, I think you just cannot play these kind of characters and just not respect your opponents ganking you or
For sure.
pushing your lead. But also
You know what I'd like to
from
see?
mhm,
I would like to see the side of more life. I would like to see them play a little bit more proactively in dual lane. And I think back
right,
to back games, Josh X Mello has not respected Blizzard's picks. And I think he's paid
yep,
the price for it 2 games in a row. And it's made the game a little bit harder for more life. 2 times, like with the Bastet and the Tsukuyomi, both very aggressive picks that want to play in that 5 to level 15 time. Like,
yep.
you
I
cannot be getting soloed in dual lane. That's a big deal. It creates a
yeah,
very big chasm on the map.
yeah. Another thing to note on the flip side of that,
Uh huh.
talk about L plus. Mr. Blizzard had a 5 level lead at one point, or 4 or 5 level lead. at one point in the duo lane, and they didn't have control
Yeah,
they didn't get a gold fury. They didn't pressure the left side of the map and
they didn't utilize their
focused on
lead.
objectives. They didn't really play around the side of the map they were winning on, and it
Mhm.
really screwed them over. And I think you just have to play the macro from L Plus wasn't very good in the early game, and it really punished them late game because the team comp it just comp diff. It's literally comp diff in late game team fights.
Yeah,
And if you're just slightly out of position on one of your characters, it's a wrap because you had to play your late game team comps good
yeah. All
for
those
like
characters
almost
are
to
so
perfection.
volatile. I'd say even.
Right. Yeah.
So
If you're not instantly getting a pick on someone and you're just dying,
yeah.
it's
So we're
hard to
getting
play
into
that.
the picks and bends. It looks like L
Clean
Plus
ban.
has gone for first pick, I believe. They're on order
Yep.
side, and they banned out Atlas Gilgamesh again. Very standard bans. Nothing's really changed on their side yet. But MoreLife has banned out the Cleana, which they played last game. They really value that pick, and they don't want to play against it, but they will play it. They banned Chalk, which was a big problem in game one from Slash Omega, and then L Plus has banned
Yep.
out Persephone from
Mhm.
Mr. Regret. Let's see what the sixth ban is.
Yeah, I definitely think this cleanup ban is interesting because uh it looks like L Plus chose first pick and they don't want to give the cleanup away. The cleanup pick looked very strong in game two, and so do you really think that was just scared that they were just gonna top pick it for maybe Slash even?
Yeah, I think Slash would be a menace on the Kleena. I don't think you want anybody running free on that Kleena. Like the god does so much damage. It can be flexed. You can play it solo. You can play it jungle. If you draft it in the top, you don't know who's jungling. You don't know who's soloing, and it's gonna be good no matter where you put it. But let's see what Mr. Blizzard drafts here on the top for L Plus's top pick. Like it's he's drafted his assassin and duo most of the time from the top, but I kind of doubt they're gonna do anything too wild this game. They might go back to the basics. I doubt there's gonna be too much cockiness. Like it's bitten them in the rear twice now, despite the set going to 1-1. So let's see if he picks a. They picked an Amaterasu. I think that's gonna be a jungle or a solo pick. There's no way he goes to the duo lane. I doubt it's for support. So it's a bit of a flex pick. Mutaba has played it before in the jungle. So it's Amaterasu first pick. It's not going to get banned. It's probably not going to get picked by the other team. So I don't really love it in the first pick, but you can't complain. It's not counterable really. It's not, no big holes in that pick. So let's see what More
Yeah.
Life does to counter or just draft their own solid team comp like they have in the past against this Amaterasu top pick.
Yeah, I think the Amaterasu pick's interesting because we know Mutaba's played in the jungle, but also can be flexed out to Slash in the solo.
Which I
And
doubt he can play it
also,
solo, I think.
You also can
Ooh.
just maybe think about it being picked for Mr. Blizzard in dual lane even. He's kind of a
Oh,
wild
yes.
horse.
Yeah, for sure. So they picked Bellona and Medusa, which worked beautifully for them. I think the Medusa ult came in handy. I think that Medusa damage in lane, it just worked wonders. Like, just to negate a little bit of Tsukuyomi pressure, I don't think they'll draft something that aggressive again. I think the Bellona was just fantastic last game. Just punishing that CC immunity, punishing beads, just diving very hard. He stayed even in lane or an advantage state against that
Oh,
Achilles.
this Capri.
That Khepri? Okay. Do you think this Khepri being taken away and picked by L Plus is a good decision?
Yes.
Why is that?
100%. 100%. I think this Capri pick is just so strong. And okay, I think
Yeah.
Capri is a character that is just easy to pilot. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I think to pilot Capri, you don't have to be insane at Capri to pilot the character,
Mhm.
and also if you're just playing around your own team, can do a lot of work, and it's very strong if you're not playing around it on the other team. It's hard to play around, but they insta-lock the
Oh, very hard to play
Achilles
around. That's true, yeah.
on the other side.
But we also saw last game the Achilles, which is a counter pick. It really didn't get that much value as
Right.
a counter pick into that character. You can execute the Capri revive, but how often are you getting executes in general versus executes specifically on a Capri reviving target? So
Right.
it's there's like a counter pick capability, but there's not a whole lot of feasibility at this level right now, I think. What do you think about
Yeah.
these new bans?
Yeah, Set and Suki is interesting. I guess they're just scared of the Suki pick in the dual lane, which is fair. I would be kind of tilted if I died a lot of times to
Uh-huh.
Suki
Yeah.
and not had help.
It-
And I think they just I think it's a okay band, but yeah, I also like the bands Thoth and Agni. Those are good because those are definitely they just banned out 3 mages that are easy to like the top mages right now, other than Zeus of course, but
yeah.
like that
Zeus
are just
Zeus a bit harder to
easy
pilot, are
and
easy to punish. You have to be very
right.
meticulous with your positioning. So it's understandable it doesn't get drafted a whole lot at this level because if there's a chalk jungle, there's it's
Yeah.
really really hard
And
to deal with.
yeah, sometimes you just pick characters and
And then you play Smite, and then you just
you play
really,
Smite.
really hope you can kill the enemy, and
But
then get plus 500 gold. Just have a lot of fun,
ah,
And
yeah.
then,
Yeah, you have a lot of fun. And
yeah, are you having a lot of fun right now, then? Can you narrate
yeah,
right now what you're doing?
I fell.
Yeah, why's that?
I tripped down the stairs because I
Uh
was
huh.
currently walking down the stairs that are
Yeah.
positioned right in front of my computer,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like the E set. The set was banned, but they picked the E set. And
That's fascinating. I think the ESET had a lot of
yeah,
effectiveness game one, and I think the Amaterasu really has to get up close and personal. So yeah, it's Amaterasu won't have an easy time diving into ESET, but also it's not the worst. So
hmm
I think they might want this ESET for like objective secure. It could be support even. Like we could be totally
no,
missing the
this
boat here.
Amaterasu is 100% jungle at this point. I've already realized top three in the top 3 picks. This is
Yeah,
100% for Mutaba.
but then there's
He,
a Susano locked in, so it's
that's
Amaterasu or Susano ADC. I think.
I'm
Slash is a
putting
King Arthur little stinker, so I
man. He
believe
picks
that's the solo
Odin
lane.
though.
Oh, he
This
changed
is
it. I looked away for 1 second and he changed it. What a
I
cunt.
am I am banning. I am putting a lot of money on Susano being in the dual lane right here against this Medusa.
Yeah,
I
I think Mutaba
know
will
this
play the
wizard.
Amaterasu. Yeah,
Mutaba has been favoring these warriors in the
uh huh.
jungle a
Yeah,
lot, like a lot, and
very
to
much
some
so.
degree because warriors are just strong right now.
They
And
have those base procs. They have those good ultimates. They got that
yep,
CC. Like, assassins are just very squishy, and they don't have a lot of like base capabilities as characters. Like, if you take Loki, he has a slow, he has
yep,
damage, and he has his ultimate.
just
But if you take
just as we
Amaterasu,
expected.
you got that aura buff on your one. You can switch between movement speed and power. You got that dash and that silence, and you have the insane CC cones as that ultimate. So
hmm
a lot of frontline drafted from L plus. They got the Odin solo. It looks like Susano ADC and Amaterasu jungle with it looks like Geb being drafted again on the side of MoreLife, which I kind of liked last game. Good stuff.
So there's a flip flop in the support role, correct?
Yeah,
This is a
I
flip flop.
guarantee it. That's for sure.
Yeah, the Geb was on the
Mm-hmm.
played by Horn Hero, and the Kepri was played by Chooch, but they switched it. This
For sure.
Geb, okay, what I want to see from Chooch this game is saving your backliners. I think you can't have both the Medusa and the Eset fall behind or get ganked by either this Amaterasu, which the Geb really helps against.
Yeah.
Really helps against the Amaterasu,
Yeah, for
and
sure. Like
also
you can cleanse
the
that
dual lane.
immense stun that the Amaterasu puts out. You protect from the damage, to silence. You can just use your movement away. Like the Geb really has to get involved. They have to acknowledge which lane that L plus wants to play aggressive into, and
Mhm.
they have to counter that. The Geb. You can't let your Geb shield go unused this game. You really got to get in there, put your wards down, follow the enemy jungler. You got to have impact.
Yep, I definitely think last game, More Life could have had an easier path to victory
Yeah.
If Chooch was more active on the Khepri and in the duo lane or even the mid lane, but it still worked out for them in the end. But if he's more active and saving, because we know Mr. Blizzard's gonna try to run it down the duo lane the whole time and just try to get solo kills.
Yeah, for sure. He's got that W
If you
key
just try
glued down.
to protect the ADC here, I
Hmm.
think the transition in the late game may be pretty
Okay.
good. But
Who has the better late game?
that's also true. If you're thinking about the characters alone, you're having Amaterasu, Susano, Khepri, and Odin. It's
I think it's L plus.
interesting. Yeah, I think
From the Odin walls, the Khepri ult late game, the Amaterasu, if they build tanky enough, asterisk, I think will be better late game. But if the Ama builds squishy, it might be a very,
yeah.
very exposed Achilles heel.
Yeah, I think Mutama's gonna go Bruiser here, but Susano's definitely gonna go full damage.
Yeah. I think the Ama will
So-
go something like a Crusher into Berserkers, Shoguns,
The real
serrated,
question is,
something like
what is
that.
this Odin gonna go? Do you think he's gonna go path down the Death Toll build with this auto attack and focus auto attacks with the Odin?
Absolutely not. I think as Odin, you have to go very tanky. Maybe Bumba's style. Maybe a
You think he's just gonna hold out on a Bombus
Sigil.
like him?
No. I think he'll start Axe or Sigil, and I think he'll
Mhm.
go tanky off the start and go a very cooldown oriented build to just really get those cages, out there. Like the more cages you have, the better your Odin is.
Right.
Cages really hurt Bologna. It forces the ult. It hurts Geb. He can't escape. It hurts Medusa. It hurts Achilles. It hurts Eset, mainly
Yeah,
because
it
of the
hurts them
healing.
all.
Like it's a very good pick into MoreLife's comp, but if MoreLife gets rolling on this Bologna, Medusa, Achilles, Eset, it's gonna be so hard to stop.
Yeah, I feel like this Achilles pick, or not Achilles, Odin pick.
Yeah.
If this Odin pick is, if the other team doesn't get online too hard, it can
Hmm.
do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, if I was Chooch, I would be definitely getting Shell right here. I'd definitely be getting upgraded Phantom Shell as soon as possible.
Hmm.
Honestly, like
Yeah.
pretty early in the game. You have to. Recently, we've seen an SPL. Support's been pretty greedy about upgrading their relics to the upgrades,
Some
and
some have just absolutely not wanted to spend that gold to their detriment. Yes.
yeah, and I think being a little greedy on the support to get the upgrades have been kind of worth it, honestly, in a lot of different games we've seen. And
Oh yeah, for sure. That Phantom Shell might save your teammates time
yep,
and time again if you get it like as early as after your Gauntlet of Thebes. Like
hmm
it depends on how early Odin wants to rotate. It depends on how like if he has teleport, you might want to get it earlier if you want to go for a
yep,
gold Fury, or if you want to defend a gold Fury even, or maybe if you want to gank dual lane or solo lane,
hmm
excuse me. Like there's just so many things that you might want to get this Phantom Shell for that just really counter this Odin and just have that high base shield that the other shell upgrade or
right,
the base shell doesn't have. So, but
yeah,
also on
exactly,
the other side, you might want to get an Ankh for this E set. Even though you have the Odin, you might want to get, beads for the Geb shield,
yeah, it's a
for the
little
Geb
tricky.
ult. Yeah, of course.
It is definitely very tricky to know what you want to get here.
Yeah.
Uh, I think support relics right now are just so valuable,
Oh,
and you just
so valuable.
really just want to choose the right ones. If you choose bad relics as support, you can really cost your team a game.
You just really want to
Honestly, in a
you
team
just
fight
really want to
stage.
pull the good one out of your item store and just put the gold into it. And if you don't, you could cost your team the game. Like last game we saw some supports. They died and didn't use their upgraded relic that they paid good money
Right.
for. You really have to put money into it. It's more valuable than an item a lot of the time. It has such strong effects,
Yeah.
and you really have to recognize. I think in season 9, you have to buy upgraded actives. You have to use them. I think you have to build the
hmm
right ones, but all of them are strong no matter what. You could build sprint. The supports could build sprint here, not even phantom, and still have great effect. You can build horrific emblem, have great effect. You can build girdle, have great effect. you get my point. Like, as long as they
Right.
put the gold and the effort in, and they press their buttons, they will have great effect in this comp.
Right. I think the important thing right now is understanding what you want to do as the support,
Mm-hmm.
because there's different things you could do. I mean, sprint is also, it's a very strong relic.
Yeah.
But do you want to sprint your teammates out of slows? You want to root the enemy team in the upgraded route
See,
sprint?
personally, I would mirror wall my team into the slows.
Yeah. Personally, I
Yeah.
would also just max my wall. Level 1, of course. If you're not leveling your mirror wall at level 1, then you're just trolling.
Yeah. I will
And
say,
then,
MoreLife has gotten the wave cleared. They've gotten double alpha harpies and duo lane.
Yep.
That is pretty
MoreLife
big. They will
just
be
has
hitting
pressure
level
there.
3 quite early. This Susano is trash at wave clear. They
Yep.
deserve to be getting shoved in for this pick. This Susano has beads. He doesn't have blink. He has low aggressive capability. This is Achilles jungle. I just noticed. Cool. I don't like that, by the way. I think they should have played something late game oriented. That they will, okay, Achilles is getting aggressive here. They might kill. He gets laid out. Achilles.
Oh my goodness.
I hate to say it, guys. The Achilles is an early game oriented god. He has to get rolling early. If he doesn't get rolling early, it's
Yep.
dangerous. Like, he's behind. He relies on base damage. He relies on aggression. If you're behind, aggression is not easy.
Especially against this Amaterasu, I think Achilles just should do more than the Amaterasu in this levels
Mhm.
1 to 3 especially. And that's kind of crazy, and it looks like L Plus is off to a roaring start here, and look at this
Roaring
Achilles.
start, indeed.
Uh-oh.
It appears
wait
he's.
a minute.
I think he should die here again. If Morgan has some CC here, a good zoning one,
Ooh,
but it doesn't
swing and a
connect,
miss.
so it looks like it's gonna peter out here. But
Yeah, it
it
looks like
looks
strike 1 from
Hmm.
Draconic, but maybe he'll get a home run soon.
I will say, I think Horton here needs to switch his actives up. I think Meditation has fallen off a little bit. It got a little bit of a nerve. And Shell really, I think, via late game capability, got a big buff. It's, its Phantom side got a very large buff. And the other default side, well, I say default, but it gives movement speed. Like, it's just so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, I
Compared
think
to meditation. It's a burst support relic and not a slow over time one.
how these games have been going, I think even starter choice from supports, and wow,
I think
Slash has
Slash
been-
might have met his maker, buddy.
Slash has kind of met his maker in this lane. He's been a little pushed out both games so
That
far, and
Bologna has a blink too. He is a
Yep.
risky boy. He got
And it looks
teleported,
like-
but he's sheesh.
yeah, he's teleporting back. Slash also got the bluestone pendant, which is good to note. But
Mhm.
he's kind of getting a little bullied there. But the TP, let's see if he uses it to his advantage.
Looks
Wait,
like Dev
maybe
is
you wanna
tabbed
see,
out to change the song on Spotify, not taking that brief time to farm that alpha RP. Might get it stolen now. Bit of a weird play. But it looks like Dev still is just gonna let the lane play out. And then, it looks like
Yeah,
Mr. Blizzard has just conceded weight pressure in duo as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
It
note.
looks Mutaba's coming in
Mutaba.
here, but I don't
Wait a
think much
minute.
will come of this. He does have ultimate. Dev does have ultimate.
Wait, he holds.
Oh, he did
Ult-
not have ultimate.
did not have
Excuse me. That's
Yeah.
that's a big difference. And Bologna not having ultimate that's immobile. She has a 2-inch dash.
Yeah, this is one
that's a
thing
good
to
gank.
note.
That's a good punish from Mutaba. Good communication from L plus.
Look at them positioning for this steal on this blue buff, which is very interesting when your Dev just got picked off and now Slash is aggressing on tactical. I don't know if this is going to be good for them.
Yeah, I think that was a bit loosey goosey from MoreLife there. I think the concept was good. I think the execution was SC at best. I think the spirit ball went wide. Like, why are you throwing it from that far? Just get up there, get your face in there. Like,
Uh-oh.
pressure it. Oh, Draconics. Just, oh, jeez. They really just trade blows and then fall back from each other. But at that blue buff, like, I think
Yeah.
you gotta if you're gonna rotate, get in there. Do not waste your time. Get in there, use your abilities, have your effect or don't. Get out. You know?
Yeah. One thing to note, I think Mutaba's played this Amaterasu very well in the early game. Like honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like sheesh, man. This is an Amaterasu early game. You're 0-2, but you cause a lot of disruption. You got
Yeah.
your mid laner a pick, and you also got your solo laner pick, which is huge. That silence dash is devastating. Honestly,
Yeah, it's
people don't-
quite devastating. I heard it destroys noobs in mid lane.
Yeah, it currently does do that, and just the silence is long, and it's hard to play around if you're not used to playing around an Amaterasu in the jungle, and it just throws you off a little bit. And that ultimate ability is just good at chasing you down. And
Mhm.
when there's a solo laner or a mid laner even without a escape, you just get run down and die. There's nothing you can do about it. And well
Yeah.
played by Mutaba recognizing that the balloon was
It
down.
looks like Blizzard
And
is lurking in the jungle around tactical. Draconics kills Regret in the mid lane. It looks like they have just landed a CZ chain.
wow.
There's a Geb there. There's a Geb
Yep.
there.
Yeah,
How a Geb just must have shielded late and it not went off.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure how that falls through there. It looks like a very passive mid lane right there with the Geb and the Kepri. I feel like it just plays passive and you both farm it out. I think both these teams really wanted to farm it out, but looks
Mhm.
like L Plus is getting some of these picks in the early game, and it's like,
Yeah, I think Regret and Chooch did not expect the damage because Draconics finished his full flat pen at him in time. And it looks like a burn bird is pushing out left. Mr. Blizzard gets the ult tactical. Tactical does ult out though. There's no further kills, but the blue buff does get dropped
Sam,
for L plus though.
look at this.
Mm-hmm.
This is 4-0, man.
Oh,
Dev
right.
in the
4-2. Dev gets a double kill in the solo lane. A 1v2 slash and Mutaba fall. They get trounced like noobs.
Call the
How?
cops!
How do you get 1v2'd?
Call the cops! Dev is trying to take this
Uh,
game by his own
excuse me?
hands! Holy tamale!
Dev.
Macaroni!
Dev. He must have made this game. That's why his name is Dev, bro. Like, he's got the console cheats. How does he 1v2? How? That should
Holy
not
tamale.
be legal.
Wow,
Slash-
kudos to Dev. Oh,
Dev
no.
does overstay here. That is a
No,
big mistake.
Dev.
You gotta get your advantage and run with it, buddy. You
Not like
can't
this,
be
Dev.
greedy.
I think he was greedy
He
because
might get the
didn't
blink
realize-
out. He didn't blink for that fight, and he
Wow.
gets escapes. Whoa.
Goodness.
Just so, I will say, a multitude of errors from both sides allowing for this to happen. Mutaba's chasing here.
Wow.
Dev, just great awareness to not
Recognizing.
lazy back into his tier 1 or tier 2. He goes behind his tier 2.
Yep.
Great stuff from Dev. That's
Wow, look
that's
at this aggression.
incredible. That's game saving.
Uh-oh. Amaterasu is out of position. Well, and it looks like it disbands here and nothing happens and then... But, oh my gosh, yeah, that... From Dev, that was very smart. Well, I don't know, that double kill in the solo lane is insane, and they're looking...
Tactical,
Tactical.
Tactical has to ult out again. This Achilles is really not paying off how they want.
Oh.
But Dev is rotated. Mr. Blizzard falls. Josh Expello 1v1s Mr. Blizzard. That's such a
Look
turn
at
in
this
theme.
aggression over here!
Oh my
Regret gets a
more
kill!
life. Powered up, fueled up, just ready to go. The G fuel flowing through their veins.
Wow.
Keemstar in shambles.
Uh-oh, John is rotating. Slash is in now, but is he gonna trap?
Odinol not
looks
on the
like he-
cards here. He's really
doesn't-
holding
he
that
doesn't use
cooldown.
it.
He's
Holds it for the
guaranteeing
ISIS.
this E-set
Wow,
kill. Yeah. It looks like they're just so over aggressive. They trade 1-for-1 in mid
Dev
lane.
gets in there.
Oh, Dev does.
Draconic's low though. Can he get killed here? Can he get killed here?
Yeah,
Can he
you
get
cannot
killed
take
here?
that bludgeon. That 4. Oh,
Uh-oh.
bludgeon.
But look at this rotation by Mr. Blizzard.
Hey, BTB.
Holy-
It looks like our cameraman BTB has spectated an arena game and not a conquest game.
Oh my goodness, Mutaba's back at it. He's rotated back in, and now Tooch's tactical
See,
is now.
I hate
Oh
to say
my
it, but
goodness.
tactical, he's playing Achilles. That shit is
Are
dog.
you
That shit is dog.
Kidding me.
I think if tactical was playing an actual jungler, something that was strong in the early game, that doesn't fall off after you use your ultimate. I hate to say it, but there's just a big gap in the jungle diff. Like, it's just
I
tough.
I don't know what to say. This has been absolute arena. There's been
Mhm.
so many trades. I don't know if it even favors L
Anybody.
plus that much,
It's
but
even.
it does slightly. But you're talking about 400 gold here. Like it's not that much. You're talking about Josh in the dual lane,
Yeah.
mind you.
Uh-huh.
Solo Mr. Blizzard.
That's big.
Mr. Blizzard comes
He comes back and gets a kill in a team fight, which
It gets
isn't a solo
double
kill.
He gets a double kill.
Oh, a double kill. That's
He
big. He
cleans
does have to
up
share assists
kills.
though, so it's like gold wise it's even in the duo lane, but
It is just criminal. And look at Mutaba here. He's level 10. Does he
looks like
even win
Mutaba
this
might
here?
die here under this resume button.
Uh-oh.
Oh, gets
Nice
stunned
blow.
though. Gets just okay.
Wow.
Tactical gets a nice kill there. That's a big chunk of gold for him.
This
That's very
rotation.
important. But it's a
Look at
cat
these
race.
rotations.
This is some
Everybody's out of position.
NA smite right here. Run it down, fight it out, baby.
Nice
Execute that bad
execute.
boy. Tactical is back in the game. That Achilles has been salvaged from
Uh-oh,
the
look at
depths
Slash.
of the
Nice
jungle
stun.
diff. Just two fights going on here. It looks like Draconics will be okay here.
Oh.
It looks like it's about to peter out here. The tier 1 is gone. The minions are going to the tier 2, but maybe they'll fall away and get a Pyromancer here. I think they have the pressure. Josh
Hey, but
Mello
Josh!
solos out
Are you
Mr. Blizzard
kidding
again.
me?
You can't get too cocky,
can't
Mr.
make this up.
Blizzard. Don't
This
get
is
too
the
cocky.
slap back. This is the slap back.
It looks.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Josh,
buddy.
Josh got bullied last game by
Bullied first game,
Mr. Blizzard.
second game, and third game is his redemption arc. He gets
Wow.
2 solo kills back to back in close time. Can we see the levels, the normal scoreboard with the items? I think
Josh
he's a level up.
actually, wow, dude, Josh actually just his solo Mr. Blizzard twice.
Yeah, and the support is also 2 levels up. Like, there's so much of an XP diff
Yep.
coming out of the duo lane. That's
This
really,
is
really going to come into
actually
effect the game.
insane.
Yeah.
Actually insane. Well played by Josh. After all this beating he got in the second game, when the Tsukiyomi was played by Mr. Blizzard and he pressured him so much to come back and play Medusa again.
Yeah,
Play Medusa
again.
again
He has
and
confidence.
then show him what's up.
That's just confidence in your ability.
He believes in himself and he soloed Mr. Blizzard twice. What a play by Josh. Well played, man. Oh my
Like,
goodness.
it's just great to see. He's now pushed it up to a level and a half lead in the duo lane. I think Mr. Blizzard is gonna have a hard time. He spent money on a sentry ward and a normal ward. Like, I think it's just gonna be so hard to coming back in that lane because the team comp, like once again, MoreLife has a normal team comp, relatively speaking.
Right.
They have an ADC. They have good objective damage. It looks like Josh Bello is going to build into Pen. Oh, a lot of pressure coming up from Dev here. 3 people defending those camps.
Yeah, that's
Just-
interesting.
Okay, L plus loses a lot of farm. They lose a lot of time from just Dev. He pulls 3 people. 3 people lose farming time from just
Yeah,
Dev
slightly.
running around
There was-
in their jungle.
There wasn't much clearing, but look at this response. This is what I was thinking of
Yeah.
when they were all in right. Now they're pulling the
5
gold
members
Fury.
of more.
They have an E
More
set.
life on gold.
Can they just pull this and just secure it?
They need
Look
to
at
burn this.
zoning.
They need to put an ESA. Oh, tactical. Don't
is
go
so
too far.
good.
Don't go too far here.
Yeah,
you
he's good,
got
he's
an ESA
good.
ult. It's guaranteed
Wow.
confirmed. It was a little iffy.
Well
We won't
played.
talk about that. But now you just want to reset. You do not want to fight. You don't want to fight. Go back and
This is
farm.
what I wanted to mention earlier. MoreLife had a little bit of a lead. They had like a 3K lead
So
before
clean.
that, and they just increased it.
Mhm.
And it was just very well played. They pulled that gold and they just zoned very well. Tactical, plus the plus Dev, just
Yeah, Tactical's previous
Zoning?
kills in those fights coming in to help him to be able to get that high, get that gold, and zone with that much damage. Looks like Josh Bello. He trades his bees. That dot. Oh, Mr.
Josh
Blizzard.
again!
Oh, Josh doesn't have to use a single active. He just
Wow.
1v1s him, gets that damage out, and just slays him with that early game Medusa damage. 14 minutes in, those Viper shots just doing so much with that double flat pen. Mr. Blizzard just not respecting that Medusa at all. Now up to a 2-level lead in duo by himself again.
Yep. I think
3
Josh
solo kills.
Yep. Actually 3 solo kills. I think Josh needs to get really active on this side of the map and needs to rotate and affect the other lanes. But look, Amaterasu is going to the purple buff. You know you can't invade it. And wait, this Amaterasu might.
I
look
think
in.
this Amaterasu is making a mistake playing aggressive in dual lane. If Josh comes over there, he's gonna just destroy him. Like, I think there's a okay. More Life is a lot of aggression on the Fire Giant side. But if there's a rotation, I think it's going to be a clean win for More Life. Like, there's just so much of a gold lead. There's a bit of an XP lead. Like, there's a Medusa. Like, it's a lot of early game damage that transitions well. You really got to be on your toes as L+. And an E settle goes down in mid, forces the Morgan. The Morgan ult.
Oh, and look at this aggression.
Oh, essentially a solo kill. Geb, you gotta help your teammate, buddy.
Nuke needs to tank that
Hey,
tower.
you gotta say there's minions in, buddy. Come through, come through, come through. But he takes the long way around. Tactical's rotating in. Mr. Blizzard's
Mr.
gonna cut him
Blizzard.
off. But also Josh Mellow's coming in. Nice Aegis from Regret. He gets
Nice
traded
rotation
out.
by John too. Slash is rotated in and is ulted in.
Mr. Blizzard gets a double kill. That's a bit of an overextension for More Life there. That's not great. But also...
Yeah, I think that's a misplay by Nuke. I think he could have definitely just tanked two tower shots for his E-set to rotate back down the lane safely before they rotate on him.
As much as we praise them for their communication, it does lack a little bit there, and they get punished for it.
Yeah,
a little bit of a hole in their fabric.
I think maybe they didn't understand that I could do that, but look at this build from this build from the Medusa is a little interesting. Getting the Atlantis bow, I get what you're saying.
I hate that.
And then,
I hate that.
yeah, honestly, I hate that as well. But look, it's going into the crit 2, and you're talking about no percent pen in this build. There's double flat pen, and you're sitting on an Atlantis bow and a crit 1. I don't understand where this crit 1 is going.
I will say this is not the worst. He does have double flat pen. He won't be doing 0 pen, but it's. I'd like to see a Silver Branch there, like into a Wind Demon Deathbringer or something. Maybe a Cheems even. There's a lot of frontline on the other side.
I think you just need to go into I think you just need to go into the Unicorn build, just flat, just Cheems into the
the Odin, the Amaterasu, the Kepri. They're all gonna be in your face.
Right.
And
I think it's just kind of a misplay there, especially. I just don't really get the. I mean,
he's already at lifesteal. Like, Mutaba's hitting aggressive on the right side.
Yeah. Wow.
He has his ult, but he just falls. He falls without using his ult. How
Slash
curious!
Tries to peel him away with the ult, but it wasn't enough.
I feel like you need to ult there. Your ult is less valuable than your life. Mr. Blizzard is in left lane, and there's 5 members of More Life and right lane. They could pull a Fire Giant.
This is the rotation we're talking about.
This
is the rotation we're talking about.
More Life is in control of this game.
If they look for another pick, they can maybe even pull a fire. But Enchuch is really out of position.
Enchuch is extremely tanky. He's a level 14 Geb at 18 minutes, and I think it's a little bit disjointed here from More Life. But I think they can win this fight.
Weird. Horn Hero's really half HP, but I guess they back it off. They see Mr. Blizzard maybe.
Yeah,
or they ping him out, but they're backing it up now.
Yeah, I'd like to see More Life wait for their aggression to be more on an objective like a Gold Fury, but
plus
More Life should back off here. More Life needs to just fight around an objective and not fight for no reason, because when they're ahead in gold, fighting is less advantage, because if you trade a kill, you lose your advantage state because you have more gold than the other team and they get to farm up.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird rotation out of the Medusa, I think. I think they should have just waited a little longer and just played for this Oni Fury that now is getting pulled by, or not pulled, but getting looked at a little bit.
More Life does have tons of presence. There's 2 members of L+ on the right side.
Wait a minute.
But
I thought they were rotating, but they're not. Mr. Blizzard's alone on the left side of the map, but look, they're finally rotating now. Horn Hero's out of position. He's gonna get picked here.
There's a fight that's been established here. Wow. Draconics gets picked here. Just you cannot be alone.
Yep.
Like even 2 of you. That's a Kepri that's ulted himself. He's gonna fall here.
Look at Mutaba.
He should fall here. But it also leads Mutaba. Mutaba is very out of position by himself. It's a 5v2. It's a 5v3. Excuse me.
That's a good Odin ult.
It's a little risky from More Life, but it's so.
Wow, Mr. Blizzard!
No.
He's coming big on that fight. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't go to a bakery and order that because Mr. Blizzard just put him in the face. Oh my god, he stole a triple kill. Slash. Oh my goodness.
More Life has just absolutely bent over. Mr. Blizzard got his XL-sized apple scone out and inserted it into the oven. I don't know what to say besides Mr. Blizzard
Wow.
has used his skill, positioning, he used his cooldowns perfectly, saved his beads like, Tactical
Uh-oh.
goes in 1v3.
Tactical's in.
This is dangerous. It's
Yo, Mr. Blizzard's low.
might not be worth the gold Fury. Elplus retains it
Oh.
and kills Tactical.
Wow.
Oh man, on
MoreLife's
top of that 3 for whatever mid, like Tactical has
game?
gone in on a very unlikely steal, and they still keep Gold Fury.
Listen, the game is still pretty even.
Mm-hmm.
Slash has a 2-level lead, and he has his upgraded starter, but the Bologna does not, which is kind of huge.
It looks like Slash has now out-farmed the Bologna Dev
Yep.
by far. But like Dev has rotated to fights, but his team has just taken such disadvantaged fights. They've lost so much farm, and
Yep.
they've gotten
Look at that
trade
roller
killed in such a
coaster.
short period. Like they've used such a short time of sacrificing farm to get so many kills, and it's
Yep.
just really paid off for L+.
This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Well played by Mr. Blizzard to come to that fight and rotate in. I'm sure MoreLife just didn't consider the fact that Mr. Blizzard would come to that fight late as hell and just really make a difference. And nice ult. He had a 4-man ult there, I think. On the Susano.
That's a lot of damage from a pretty big
Yep.
Susano. You
and you're
can't
talking
be
about a
letting
full
that happen.
damage Susano.
Yeah, full damage.
And
I'd like to say Atomic in chat said L+'s wins never came from a solid lead.
Uh-oh.
It's always been back and forth. But here we are, another scrappy fight, like Atomic was saying. Like,
Yeah.
they're fighting Dev here, a very tanky solo laner in an ESET ult. It's another almost, I'd say,
Wow, and
needless
Gooch-
fight, but Draconix gets revived. It's who comes
at
out
what
on top?
Cost? At what cost, though? Wow.
He-
and they're just falling. They're so low.
I-
They kept reviving her in the
Oh.
heat of it, and now
A
they just pulled the fire.
huge win. MoreLife is just pulled out
Wow.
from the depths of a
Yep.
comeback from L+. A comeback started to rear its head, but it's been immediately slapped down. Pull the Fire
Or what?
Giant. No,
Oh my goodness,
it's very, very timid to pull a Pyro here. You just got 2 picks. You got 2
Yeah, I
picks.
think this is scared. I think they're just scared. I don't know how they
Absolutely.
don't pull the Fire Giant there.
I
I think they
think
saw Mutaba pushing mid, and
they
then
could they could stretch a lot more of a lead out of that, but they've decided to be very, very gentle with the baby that they have to grow into a win. Like, that's a weird metaphor, but I think they could have gotten a lot more out of that. They have a 4-level lead in support, and they have essentially even game elsewhere. Like,
that's kind of a painful not pull a Fire Giant in my opinion. I think they
Mhm.
just have the pressure at that point to just pull a Fire Giant.
yeah, at least bait a fight
just
from the Fire Giant.
do
You don't have to
things.
commit to it, but bait someone to come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Force them to get poked out so you can pull the Fire Giant, or kill them to guarantee a Fire Giant.
No matter what, you're hitting
Yeah.
the Fire Giant at some point. and
Yeah.
whether you're leashing it or not, you're hitting it
Mm-hmm.
right after that. I
I
just
think-
don't understand the play there, and I think they played a little too timid. I think they're just a little scared. It's a close game, and like
I think
nerves get to you a little bit, and you get a little hesitant to making like an important call, like attack Fire
yeah,
Giant.
this
in that
is
situation.
for set point. It's an even game, game 3. It's a little bit scary, but also I think MoreLife might have wanted to finish off the Death's Embrace for Bologna, maybe the
Tactical
Deathbringer
strapped.
for Mello. But Tactile is out of position. That's a fatal flaw of Achilles, not just his heel.
Yep.
It's his positioning. He only has his short combat dashes and his ult. If you get Odin trapped, you're done.
Yeah,
No
you
beads
just-
used, no blink used. He has 30 physical defense. He's out.
You just can't be there at that point in time.
Uh-huh.
Your teammates have the Phantom Shells. You don't. So you have to play around your teammates at that point.
Yeah.
And look at this.
It looks like
aggression. This is
Susano
perfect.
ult has hit Entuch, but
Entry's just dead. He's
he
roasted,
doesn't have
surely.
Gebel. Oh,
Nice
it
pull
looks
back,
like
I think.
L+ just re-out-grouped MoreLife.
Wow.
And now Dev, he doesn't trade a kill
They're
yet.
so low.
Oh my goodness, it just trade kills back and forth, team fights back and forth. MoreLife,
Well,
MoreLife just got
too.
out-grouped in that fight.
no.
It looks like a true 5v5 has happened, and they were not ready for it on MoreLife's side. Like, this could be a Phoenix here. They're
Yeah, I think
very, very low. They cannot commit to an end here, I don't think.
I don't think they can commit to an end per se, but I think they'd 100% get a
It's
Phoenix here.
scary. Do they want to go for an end? Will they risk it? I know Tactical has execute potential on many characters.
I think there's a chance
I think
where
on a
they,
very well played game they end there, but it's so scary. It
if
looks
there
like
was a way they could tank the Phoenix and keep the minions in for back doors on the Titan, they win. But also you got to look at it. There's 2 towers left, and then also
yeah,
a tier 2.
that's a good point. The
right.
Titan is extremely tanky. That's a good call to not in there.
Yep.
I think if all the towers are down, I think the Titan's a very easy kill there, because 1 or 2 people can make the sacrifice to tank Titan to distract Tactical there. Maybe take the Achilles execute, but there's more than enough damage to end if all the towers are down. But it's gonna end up being a 5v5 Fire Giant dance. Let's see. It looks like MoreLife's getting some nice deep wards here, which is a really good play that L Plus might not be ready for. They might not sentry their own jungle. They only have 3 sentries to put down. 4.
MoreLife
As
has
Blizzard
to
has bought
deal,
one, but let's see
MoreLife
how it
has to
goes.
deal with these mid waves though. And
Yeah,
that's gonna be critical for this Fire Giant pull.
Yeah.
And just think about the last pull. Yeah, Tactical was just a little bit out of position, and he got trapped,
Yeah.
and that really just caused a ruckus for their team right there. And that whole engagement, they over-aggressed after he died too, and then it just caused a lot of problems in the mid lane, and they got the mid Phoenix. But let's see if they can actually just stall this, and maybe just get a mid Phoenix back even.
Yeah.
They can stall this long enough.
I do like both teams' ward vision. They have wards on the backside of Fire Giant around the
Look at Mutaba's
totem.
positioning.
Mutaba is just pushing pushing that midway very far. Achilles is backing. I don't like that. I think backing as your team's fighting, as the waves pushed, like Mutaba's already on a flank. I think this is a very tenuous position for MoreLife. They really have to come out on top. A Phantom Shell gets rid of the Odinal, but there's an Amaterasu in the back, but it's Amaterasu.
Wow.
Oh, Bologna gets taken down.
Nice ult by the Capri.
Mutaba's very low. And Shoots really he's just gotten erased from the fight. It looks like L Plus is in a very, very tactically sound situation.
Oh,
the Firemans are on the Titan.
Nice pull.
Oh my god.
It looks Tactical is just sitting there.
Tactical is typing to his team, big frowny face, colon, open parentheses. It looks like the game is over here just from this one team fight.
Wow.
Yeah. It looks like MoreLife has just fallen to this team fight of L+, and Draconics cleans up Tactical as the 5th kill. The deicide, the Titan
a little bit of
falls.
A middle finger at the end of the game there, and that is just GG.
GG, well played.
Wow. Well played.
Horn Hero kills Dev at the end. Shout out, another kill from the support, That guy's he's
crazy.
Kind of a goat, man. Kind of a goat.
Yeah, I think that's just been MoreLife just played that very weird at the end there.
Yeah, I think their vision, they made a play to put some good vision down deep in the enemy jungle, but they also just didn't contest their wards. They let L+ walk up and just kill their wards. And then they just get picked at the end of the game. Like, you get picked on the, I think maybe Achilles was at a position, but that's just tough spaghetti right there.
I just think they were just out of position multiple times in those fights.
Yeah. A little bit out team fought.
They had leeway to, they definitely had leeway to they had leeway to fight there, but I just feel like they just fight the way they should have. People getting caught out of position, and you just cannot fight the fights when you're getting picked out of position. Well played by Slash to just ult people. He was really good about ulting people.
Speaking of Slash,
they had.
Can we get a winner's interview?
Yeah. Can we get a winner's interview?
Yeah.
Shit. All right.
How did you? I know there's a very close, solo lane matchup you had there. Like, there's a few solo kills back and forth. A lot of impact from both solo laners in the fights. Like, how did you feel your Odin impacted the game?
So Odin early, I was not playing the box that blown. I was just looking to bird bomb wave, get out.
Yeah.
But end game, I was looking to just cage people and just kill them. Like
Yeah.
the Achilles at the end.
Yeah,
I
there's an
just
Achilles
paged
so
him, and
vulnerable.
He just got smacked, and
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
we ended the game off of that.
Yeah, we definitely saw that your Odin really fucked them late game because like they had double Phantom and you still just found a window to just ult them, which is crazy.
Yeah, Achilles did not have the Phantom, and he has to communicate to his teammates, "Hey guys, I need Phantom," and
So
you just blow him up because
Yeah.
he's full squish before you can do that, and it's that small window of time really just punished them, and you guys got to capitalize.
yeah, so
Yeah, 'cause I have
Slash,
a small cooldown. What are you gonna say?
how did you feel about mentality wise when there was a little bit of like a slow solo kill? You got a little rocked a couple times, but you also rocked Dev a little bit too. How did you
Yeah.
feel about the whole solo lane battle, the whole set even?
So first game, what did I play? I forgot.
I
Fucking
believe you played Cleanan.
No, I did not.
No.
Kalina was banned
No.
first game. Fuck, what did I play?
I think he played Smite.
You
Hmm.
played Smite.
I'm trying to think of what I played first game. This is really
Played
chalk.
Smite.
Okay, I played
Chalk,
chalk.
Oh, you're
yeah.
Chalk. Yeah, you're
So-
Chalk. They
Yeah,
banned your
both of you
Chalk
guys
game
went
too.
Transcendence.
And then I got one death, but I smacked the Achilles around.
Yeah,
and
you guys
he
had a
wasn't doing
super
too
close
bad.
fight.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
he was doing good on it. He got trans too, which was kind of troll, but I
Right.
was trolling too, so it
Yeah.
canceled out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trans on the Achilles was a little interesting, I thought. I think it was a little aggressive, but you kind of
Yeah.
they banned you out second game, and I thought you were definitely a problem for them in the first game because you were just running it down and punishing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, first game I had a bigger impact.
Yeah.
Second game I had less of an impact since I got cringe game twice, but end game
Yeah.
I was
Right.
smacking, but he still lost, which was unfortunate.
Yeah,
But we
so-
brought it back a third.
Yeah, so what do you think about like your team's like total game plan? Like you guys kind of picked some squirrely stuff, like some weird stuff that didn't like really create a team dynamic that was that strong. Like Suku Yomi Al Kwang, like would you
Yeah.
do you want a normal team comp that game, or do you think like the weird shit's gonna work? What's up?
So we were just troll picking every game,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and we are just looking to run it down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we could see that.
a
last
little bit of
game, last game was going kind of weird until we started team fighting, and then we propelled ourselves. And
Right.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
it's super like actually every game is super back and forth.
hmm
Like I think
Huh.
every team could have won the game at any point in any game, but like,
yeah, I agree.
do you feel
Yeah.
like they were punishing you guys really well in the first few games? Like I think they were really
I
collapsing
think they
well.
were punishing us.
Mhm.
The Medusa on Susano, she got a lot of solo
Right.
kills since it's an unconventional pick.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he could just look to 1v1 easily.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot of
what-
times we
what was
weren't
your-
together and our support got caught out.
Yeah.
What were your comms like? Yeah, I agreed there too as well. But what were your comms like when Mr. Blizzard was getting a couple game 2 he was soloing the Medusa, but then game 3 he was getting solo by Medusa playing Susano. What was the comms like? What were you guys thinking?
So we were just looking to play back.
Yeah.
If
Were
we
you
could
calling him a
contest an
big
objective,
shitter?
we would try. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
There was a
doing
lot
the
of
entire
PM.
game. Spam picking him and calling him a shitter, man.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
I'd expect no less, honestly, if from Mr. Blizzard 32, aka infamous Inter and Duo lane. He says, "Hey
Yeah.
guys, I can play Ymir ADC," but then you're like, "Whoosh! Shut up."
We were looking to pick up Iza the third game,
Yeah.
but we
Right.
just locked in Susano.
Mhm.
Which, if we had Iza, I feel like we would have an
Yeah.
easier laning phase in the carry lane.
Wasn't Isak banned third game or no?
I'm
Oh,
not
We
sure.
could have picked it up, but
Okay.
we
That
just
Susano did
picked
have
up
big
that.
impact in that middle fight near a T1, Tier 2 tower. He got like a
Yeah.
3-man Susano ult on some important characters.
Yeah,
Like,
we
There
were
was some
chunking
fat-
people.
There were some fat kills by Mr. Blizzard in
Yeah.
that rotation to mid. After he died, he got soloed and they rotated mid and got like a double
Yeah.
kill, which was crazy.
hmm
Yeah,
Some-
him running back after dying was really huge for us because we
Mhm.
just got free kills. But yeah,
yeah, honestly,
we were
well,
just gaming.
that was some fucking gaming. Well, good
were
shit
some
from your
fun
team.
games.
That was a close set. It was fun to watch. I think we're gonna
Yeah.
close it down and go masturbate.
Yeah,
Sounds like
good,
a plan. Holy.
good games by Slash and his whole
The
team,
crew.
L plus. They played it very well, and they
It's hot.
kept their mental up, even though there were some interesting plays happening and back and forths happening. They were just running it down and having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
number one was having fun.
Having fun is the
Having
crucial
fun
component.
is the crucial component.
Well,
Amen
oh
to
baby.
that.
Yeah, we had fun here, but we're gonna shut it down and masturbate. Like I said. Yeah. All right. Adios. Thanks
Have
for the interview,
fun
John.
to
That's
everyone. Good
so
games.
poggers. GG's.
The
Goodbye, stream.
alternative